Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers of all ages, welcome back to Studio C. And that did not go where that was supposed to go, but that's all right. Welcome back to Studio C. How you doing? How's everybody going? It's Monday night. It's Monday night. Man, it's been a long time since I was in here, isn't it? I'm not sure I've been in here this year. I'm not sure I've been in here on camera this year. I've had so much energy poured into taking this setup elsewhere, right? I don't think I've had the cameras, I know, right, Sanda? I don't think I've had the cameras on in this room in 2025 until today. I remember I tore everything down. I tore everything down before Christmas because we were out of town for Christmas. And then when I came back, the focus was, okay, I've got PQs to cast in a month, right? In Austin and then, or in Mobile and then on into Austin. And it was like, I don't have time to put all this crap back together. So I didn't until tonight. Literally a few hours ago. Actually, this camera's been set up for a while because I did my recording bits for the barnacles, the golden barnacles, right? If you are a boats player, I know, oh, Steve, don't get me started. Don't get me started on daylight savings time. I will murder someone. It will not be pretty. There will be blood on the wall. Oh my God. Daylight savings time is the dumbest thing ever. But yeah, no, so I set this camera up to come do my little bit for the Golden Barnacle. So if you're a boats player, warships player, remember this Saturday, I think it's noon Pacific. I could swear it's noon Pacific. Don't quote me. I'll check again. I'll post about it on the server this week. I could swear it's noon Pacific. But over on Clyde's channel, the Golden Barnacles, the third annual Golden Barnacles, don't miss out. Clyde puts on an amazing show. It is awesome. Do not miss out. But guys, we're back. It's unlimited time. I have a spy. It's time to do some unlimited. We have not done unlimited in this room since December. Actually, I think since November, I think was the last time I had, I forget if it was Trey or Ian that came in. But I'm going to be trying to get one or both of them on camera in the next couple of weeks because we've got a busy schedule. Unlimited wise, tonight is going to be pretty low key. I've got some cards to open. I need that view right there. What are you doing for everything? Stop that. All right, well, I'll fix it in a minute. I need to do that. That should fix it. There we go. So I have a lot of stuff to get through. For starters, I have this random box of the last expansion, and I'll explain this in a minute. I'm going to start things off. We're going to open this for the hell of it. The drink is actually wrong, Black Duke. It's just regular small batch tonight. I forgot to update it. Sorry about that. And then we have some starter decks for the new set to open, because why not? Because there are some cards that you can only get out of these two boxes, so we'll take a look. And then I have three regular boosters right here of JTL, so we'll go through those. And then the pièce de résistance, ladies and gentlemen, the bit that I am still waffling on, I have two carbonite boosters. Now, if you don't know what a carbonite booster is, if you're not familiar, this is something new for Star Wars Unlimited. So what they've done is, in the old school, plain old booster packs, right, there are a variety of cards that are meant, and I use the quotes intentionally, right, they're meant for collectors. Things like the big fancy showcase leaders, things like the foils and the hyperspace foils. There's like 4 different versions of each card available in terms of art and how it looks. What they've done for the Carbonite is they've made basically an entire pack of just nothing but that, and then added an additional thing in that you can only get over here, and we'll talk about that when I open these up. I'm going to open for sure at least one of these. I'm debating if I'm going to open the second. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm probably going to go ahead and we'll do the Twilight Republic box just for the hell of it, and then I'll do the starter decks, and we'll do a regular booster, and then we'll do at least one of these for sure. And then we'll see if I'm going to do the second one. I haven't decided yet. I'm waffling. There's a part of me that wants to just pick the thing up and like pick one and just stick it in the closet, right? But I haven't done it yet, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So let's start with this. Let's just open up some Twilight of the Republic. Now this expansion came out in November. And this was, so far, I have not opened any of this on camera. The 3 or 4 boxes of this I just opened on my own time. I didn't bother to set that up. Vladeshi, it doesn't matter. It's the retail price of this is pretty well known. It's 300. The MSRP is 300 for one of these, right? For this, but I'll take it off because it makes you feel better. But yeah, that's the retail. I'm not going to tell you what I paid, although technically you saw it there. But that's the full retail. Now this expansion did not do as well as Fantasy Flight would have liked, I think, in terms of how it shook up the game and what it added and what it didn't add. I don't know that I really need a lot of cards from this set. I'm mostly opening these, one, looking for a possible showcase leader, which would be really cool. And also because I probably still do have a few holes to fill in the binder that I haven't really stopped to look at. And so I figure, why not? Let's have a look. That's probably not it. Truth be told, unless I get something really awesome out of this, I've got a good buddy of mine that I will probably just send this entire box off to him. Because I can't imagine there's a lot of stuff I really need out of this set. Especially not at this stage of the game. Yeah, I ain't one of them. But it's always fun to open packs, regardless. And I think there are still a few hyperspace ships that I'm looking for. There are still a few... Yes, thank you, Xanda. Thank you. You know, Lights, I've thought about that. I've thought about, like, what am I going to do here? How am I going to handle this in terms of am I going to open the second Carbonite box? I'm not going to lie. I'm really torn. Part of me wants to, part of me doesn't. I don't know. I've never invested. Okay, let's Xanda, I'll answer your question in a minute. Let's talk about this for a minute. I've been playing CCGs for like 30 years, right? I've never treated them as an investment. And to truth be told, I still don't really look at them that way. However, this is the first time I've ever bought like a purely collector style product, in the sense of this product is like meant for the collector type. Is it going to be popular? Is there money in it? Is there going to be worth something in a month or 2 months when they run out? I don't know. So I've literally thought about just taking one of those and shoving it in the closet and seeing what happens over the summer. I don't need any of this garbage. Not a great box so far. But like I said, I'm going to open it up, and if there's something cool in it, I might keep it. And if there's not, I'm just going to ship the whole thing off to my buddy. Because I hooked him up with, ooh, that's a good, I'll probably keep that one. I can find somebody who wants that. I hooked him up with uncommon common play sets of like the first 2 expansions, like back in August or something. And so all this crap came out afterwards, and I haven't bothered to talk to him since. So, not about the game anyway. So Xanda, to your question, I know, right, Super? It's terrible. Wow, I've got like 3 hyperfoils in there. Now, see, that is a sweet card. I don't really need it, though. I've already got 3 of them. But it's decent trade bait? Like, I don't know. Xanda's question, how'd it go this weekend? So I played in 2 pre-releases this weekend. Friday night, we had 32 players up at Dragon's Lair, not too far from the house. I might actually still need that one. I need to check the binder before I get too far away. I'll put that one up here. And I went, we played 4 rounds, and there were 2 of us that went 4-0, and I was one of those. It turns out, guys, Rose Tico is really, really good in sealed. Who would have predicted it? Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty. I think I've already got one of those, too. A foil Grievous. I really could use a regular Grievous, truth be told. I may leave that one in here for my buddy. I don't need the Yoda. So I played Rose Tico. I forget, did I have any... I don't think I had any particularly amazing pulls. I had a Radis. I think that was probably the most exciting, which is a regular rare. But in Rose, it's pretty good, right? Because you have a resistance leader, which means it's always a Sentinel. So that was really sexy. Was there anything else in that pack? I tore that deck apart already. I don't think there was anything else particularly amazing in it. Yeah, we had 32. We had 32 with that one, Super. And then I feel like I pulled 1 legendary, but it wasn't relevant to the deck I built. So mostly Rose, like Rose with blue leader is stupid, because you play the card, you ambush into something, and then the next turn Rose just heals the damage. It's crazy. It's crazy how good that combo is in a closed setting. So yeah, Rose in sealed. Like if you haven't played a pre-release or you're gonna play some sealed, like you're going to sectors or regionals or well, worlds will be the next expansion. If you're going to sectors or regionals, you're gonna play some sealed in JTL. Definitely give Rose a look. She is pretty awesome. Now, card's terrible. The second night. Now this is a weird format, guys. I have to explain this. So one of the local stores. Last time he did this thing where he basically gave everybody a box on top of their pre-release kit. So you pay extra, obviously. He's not giving you a box for free. So he charges you for the a discount price for the box. He charges you for the pre-release kit, and then you have 30 packs, and you build your sealed deck out of 30 packs. I need to check on that one. I want to make sure I have 3 of those. I really like that card. And so that... The deck building part of that was fun. That was a pretty good box. I got a Vader, I got a Han, I got a Devastator, I got a Home One. There was some good stuff in that box. None of which I played, because also, in the course of opening all those various packs, I've opened 3 black ones, 2 foils, 1 regular, the 2 ejects, and finally I pulled a Poe. And I was like, okay, I'm playing Poe. We're 100% playing Poe in this event, because why not? And so we did. I remember when Poe was spoiled. Poe and Eject, of course, spoiled on the same day. A lot of hype. Oh my gosh, you can have a 4/6 leader on the board, yada yada yada, so fast. It wasn't as fast as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't bad. I went 2-2 with Poe. I was not unhappy with his performance. I was more unhappy with the format of the event, by which I mean. My worst train wreck loss was to a really super awesome local player. But because you have a whole box of commons to work with, he had all this goofy blue removal in a 30 card deck, right? I ate 2 direct hits and 2 out the airlocks. So every time I was playing Poe, every time I would have a line, I got him low. I got him down to like 22. I think I put 22 damage on his base or something. Maybe 18. I don't know what it was. But I got within like a couple of swings, like a couple of good swings, and I can win this game. And, oh, there we go. I actually don't think I need that card, but I may hold on to it. I got within a couple of swings of being able to kill him, and he would be like, oh, I just blow away whatever your unit is. And it's like, come on, man. I lived the dream, guys. This was really cool. I was super proud of this. I got the goofy, what's the goofy heroic speeder thing, right? From episode 8, whatever those stupid things are. The one that comes in with 3 damage, right? So but it's a speeder. And then I put Biggs on it, which Biggs on a speeder gives it grit. And so now I've put Biggs on this thing, and it's like an 8/5. And I'm going, oh, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome. And his first play out the airlock. I'm like, really? My dude, what is this garbage? Now, he was playing Lando, and in that format, I discovered that Lando was pretty awesome. I think he's, Hyperspace Legendary. I don't really need that card, though. It's not very good. It's okay. I might need the Sabine. I'll check. There's a lot of things that Lando can do. Like, he would play those, like, he would keep a ground unit, and those goofy little 4/1 green he's playing Lando green. Those little goofy 4/1 ambushers, he'd like play it, put the shield on it with Lando, and then ambush into something. And I was like, oh, that's skanky and really good. Like a really good use of the card. I needed that one. Okay, I think I'll leave the foil Grievous in here then, because I think that's the last regular Grievous that I actually need. Legendary-wise, this has been a pretty good box. Kiati, 2 Grievous. Now there are 2 of them. An Invasion. This is one of those cards I keep looking at thinking there's got to be a use for it. I watched a guy at PAX Unplugged in Philly. He won at least one game of our sealed or draft. We did draft. He drafted this card. And he won a game. I'm almost positive he won his game with it, which I thought was really cool. Playing Invasion and Dooku Grievous. Ooh, oh, Twin Suns. All right, now, Super, there I'm with you, buddy. There, I think, Twin Suns is a format I have not invested a lot of time in yet, but I'm going to. I've had several, another legendary. I need that one too. I gotta look. I've had several people ask me when I'm gonna start putting Twin Suns on camera. And my answer is as soon as I figure out how to film it. I'm pretty sure, yeah, me too, Super, me too. I'm relatively positive that the lenses and everything I got in this space will do it. I need to get, a couple of people locally have bought the big, you know, the giant mat. I need to get one, I need to borrow one from somebody, get in here and make sure that I can get the camera captured and everything. And I'll figure that out. And then I've got to figure out camera positions, because that's not so easy either in this space. I've only got limited room. I'm using monopods for everything. It's a little challenging. So from an overhead cam perspective, doing Twin Suns in here I think is very easy. I've got 4 mics. The lav mics are designed for 4 people in this room, so that none of that is an issue. I might actually need that foresight. That's a pretty foil. Hu Yang's pretty. That's a good card too. I might actually. Okay, 2 more. Come on, give me a showcase. I didn't pull a. I was going to say, about to say, I hadn't pulled a single showcase leader in all of Twilight, but that's not entirely accurate. I pulled a Grievous. Ah, I needed that. Yes, please. This has been a really good box, guys. For a box that I won in a raffle, this was a raffle at the big build a deck out of a box event we did. So I won this box out of a raffle, and it pretty much cleaned up all the rest of the legendaries that I needed, which is pretty awesome. I might need the saw. I'll check on that. I don't need anything else in here. All right, so let's do a little cleanup here, and then we'll move on to the good stuff. Oh yeah, this has been a really good box. I'm very, very happy with this box. Now I'm like 90% positive I don't need the. Now there are 2 of them. Let's come back to here for a minute, just so we can chat. So anyhow, Grievous. So yeah, it was a pretty good weekend. And then of course the best part of it. There we go. Put that in the trade bait. Come here, you. The best part of it was finally just getting everything, right? All the various bits in front of you that I have out here now, I was able to, of course, collect over the course of the weekend. Do I have 3 of those? I do. I don't need that. Blue. Kiadi. I'm almost positive I ended up with 3 Kiadis because I bought some off. Yeah, I bought some singles. All right, well, we'll make somebody happy with that. I'm pretty sure I don't need that. I do not. Put that in here. I don't really care for hyperspace events. The only hyperspaces I collect are hyperspace starships. Hyperspace space units, I should be more specific. I do need the foresight. I'm glad I checked. I know I need the CAD. We're going to red. Red. Unlimited power? Yeah, I need the 3rd one in there. That's good. That's another card that I think has some value in it someday. Like, maybe not right now, but I think I'm just like, every time I look at it, I'm like, 6? It's double red, but 6? Man, I don't know. Yeah, I definitely want this caught in the crossfire. That's another one that I think has some potential. I just got to find a deck for it. Okay, now they're CAD. Where's my CADs? CAD goes here. They're in a deck somewhere. But I know I only have 2. Oh, I missed saw. Do I have 3 saws? Looks like I don't. Okay, there's that. Sabine. I think I've only got 2 Sabines. Indeed. Where's she? Yep, needed that. I'm excited to build Hera, guys. I'm excited to build Hera again. I can't wait to build Hera again. I haven't built Hera since set 1. I'm like 90% positive that I don't need that. Okay. So we'll keep those. The rest of this can all go in here, and I'll bequeath this box to a worthy friend. There we go. Good way to start the evening. Just nice and relaxing with a set that we don't really care about. I know, right? All right, let's look at these starter decks. Okay, so I can build you some decks, you know. It's not hard. Okay. What do we got in here? Oh, they started giving out booster packs. Check this out. There's a booster in here. That's fancy. And then I gotta open it from the other side to get the. Wow, they really don't want you to steal these things.
You want me to open it?
Now I'll get there. How much of other showcases will go down with Carbonite? So, Super, that's a really interesting question. Have you seen a guy on YouTube called I Open TCGs? He's got a couple of really good videos on that. Talking about course, the speculation is we don't really know. We don't know for sure. We don't know for a fact how many Carbonite boxes got printed. We're pretty sure we can figure it out, right? They tell you there's a serialized card in every other box, every other case, and there's 9,000 serialized cards, right? Is that right, or something like that? I got to run the math again. But bottom line is, I've seen some speculation on how many of the new, how many extra like legendaries and showcases and stuff might be in circulation. I don't think anybody really knows. I don't think anybody's got a good answer. Okay, these are starter deck only. Bosk is starter only. Fire Spray is starter only. Fet is starter only. I'm just pulling these out so I can put them into my binder later. Wow, they put some really good rares in this. You've got a Fet. I mean, the Fet rare is pretty good, and then you've got a Fire Spray. Price of Fire Sprays will go down now, I guess, won't it? This is still like a $10 to $15 rare out of the first set. That's crazy. You can pull some of them in packs. I have a few already. I have a Hyperfoil Houndstooth, which I thought was really interesting. Okay, so I've got IG, Boba. I don't need the Fire Spray. I'll kind of, I don't know, I'll leave them in here, I guess. Oh, no, I'll strip them out. Whatever, it's fine. Daring Raids, Grenade Strikes, No Good to Me Dead. Wow. Wow. This is one of the best uncommon cards out of the first set. And they're like, here, have some. Force Chokes, same. Here, have some. Here we go. This card I am excited for, ladies and gentlemen. This card I'm excited for, right? No Disintegrations. I am ready for this card because I didn't realize it was a starter card. But Vader, my Vader leader from set 1 is super, super ready to play that card, man. Let me tell you. To be able to go, I'm going to knock you down to 1 HP, and when Vader swings in, he's just going to ping you to death. Like, however we get there, you're going to die. I'm excited to play that card. Let's see what's in this booster. I saw somebody who pulled a showcase out of their starter deck booster, and I was like, that is jealous. I am super jealous. That's not me, guys. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Another Fet. That's actually kind of funny. And a foil rare. And some other stuff. Cool. I guess technically a rare leader. So as starters go, there's a lot of value in that box, right? For just the one booster pack, that's not too terrible. All right, let's see what Han's got cooking here. I like that they've started adding boosters into this. I think it gives it a little bit extra flavor. Like you're getting a deck and a booster, and then you can have some fun. You can maybe customize your own deck a little bit. That's actually kind of nice. That feels nice when you're able to do it. Come on, you. There we go. All right, Han. What do you got cooking, buddy? I haven't even looked at the list. I don't even really know what's in these decks. Nope. Reprints. Rare. Nien is one of the better cards too, right? Like in the set, I'm looking at a lot. Like there's two showcases I really want. I want Wedge and Piet. Wedge loves Nien Nub. Like, oh, such a good card for Wedge. Look at all these cheap. Wow, Akbar's. Okay, I didn't realize they were putting Akbars in here. Hu Yang. Okay. Blue Leaders. This is a good deck. Bloody hell, there's good cards in this deck. When they say showcase decks, I see what they mean now, because basically they mean you could actually just pull this deck out and go play it, and it would be decent. And I think they're right. I think this deck would be pretty solid, honestly. And more rares. 2 more rares. Wow, there's a lot of rares in these decks. Look at that. That's kind of nuts, kids. All right. What do we got in here? It's all odd cost. I thought that was awesome. All right, Hyperspace Wedge. Ooh, it's a Hyperfoil. It's a Hyperfoil Dagger Squadron and General Pride and nothing else fancy. So, not particularly exciting packs, but that's all right. That's not what we're here. We don't really care, do we? Got to start making a pile for stuff to set aside. Keep the regular commons together. Nothing in there. Yeah, I'll pull the base out. Well, for 2 starters, I mean, you got a few rares, and of course we've got our unique stuff. That's actually really awesome. I think they did a good job with that. Let's pull back to here. All right, I'll come back to those later. Let's crack a booster box. box. Let's do a regular booster box. See what we get. Once I get everything opened, I might stop and build some decks too, because like I said, I've been wanting to build Wedge, and I have not stopped and made the time to pull together stuff. Let's do this. Sag. I'm going to be disappointed every time I don't pull a showcase. Just how it is. Oh, goody. Let's start things off with a rare base. Yeah. Woo. Hey, speaking of starter cards. Try and sort everything here. This is going to be a mess, but we'll do it anyway. All right, let's do. There we go. We'll figure it out soon enough. Okay. I remember. It's been a while. When I did my very first box opening stream in here. That'll be fun, Super. I'm curious to see people build that deck. I pulled 2 showcases in the first night, right? The very first night I set in her opening cards, I pulled a Chewie and a Sabine. In fact, the Sabine pack had a Vader, had a hyperspace Vader in it, or just a plain Vader. There was a showcase Sabine and a Vader in the same pack, and I remember thinking, well, that was a nice money hit. There is no escape. Don't make me destroy you. So, Hetman, true story, funny story. Literally at this table, right around, I'm in the room where it happened, ladies and gentlemen. At Thanksgiving, I had a house full of, you were here, that's right, you were here. I had a house full of like teenagers, right? Like 13, 14,
12.
And yeah. And do me a favor, don't lean back in those. Keep all 4 on the ground, thank you. On Thanksgiving, no, Friday night, the Friday night after Thanksgiving, we sat right in here and I taught them all how to gamble. I taught them how to play Texas Hold'em. I was particularly proud of this accomplishment. I don't think that my cousins were particularly enthused. Although I did see several months later that one of them had requested a they did a Texas Hold'em birthday party, which I thought was really awesome. I was like, raising them right, baby. Let's go. I had a lot of fun with that. All right, let's pull stuff out here. I need to make sure I don't leave things behind. Okay. Showcase Boba had an Annihilator. Oh, that's sexy, Super. That's awesome. Some weird correlation. Had a Krennic showcase and a Legendary Luke. That's nice. That's nice. It's funny that they think you're Ginger.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Ginger.
Yeah. No. This is not Ginger, but you guys can't see her on camera, so that's not Ginger. Don't worry about it. Well, my first Holdo is a hyperspace Holdo. That's the first one of those I've seen. I don't really want one, but there she is anyway. Corporate Defense Shuttle. That's no, it's not a very good card at all. Okay, what else we got in here? Yeah. It are what it are. So I've never really told this story on camera. They don't know about your dad. So chat, I've never really told chat that we've had an extra roommate for a while, or maybe I have and I don't remember doing it. But back, you guys may have noticed an extra person floating in and out of the stream every now and then. That's my good buddy, a friend of a man I've been my best friend, basically my brother, right? Who's I've known for 32 years. And he's been here since August for a variety of reasons that I won't go into because they're none of your business. But he's been living here, and his daughter comes to visit, and so she's over here just off camera hanging out, laughing at me while I open up cards. There we go. Hyperspace Rare. Iden. I like Iden. Out the airlock. I hate this card. Go burn in a bus fire and things. God, I hate Iden. I mean, God, I hate that stupid airlock card. Ugh. After getting screwed by that thing in my pre-release, I'm like, ugh. No, bite your tongue, Super. I'm a Piet fanboy. I am such a Piet fanboy. I cannot wait to build a deck of giant triangles. I want my deck of giant triangles. I cannot wait.
I want to go to the camera and tell them that I'm not Ginger. So bad.
I would say, yes, you're right, Stavros. He was here. I'm not sure we explained why he was in the house, but you're correct. He was here. Two items in a box. I won't complain about that. She's a good card. But anyway, this is his daughter, and because I'm not convinced that either of your parents would be happy with you being on camera.
That's true.
Let's not do that. I don't mind if they hear you. I don't care. They can't do anything with that. But let's keep you off camera if we can. I don't want to get in trouble. There we go. Now we're talking, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're talking. Big, giant death triangles. Yes. More death triangles, please. More death triangles, please. This set has all the death triangles in it. He was the taste tester. You're correct. I forgot about the cooking stream. That was a lot of fun. I should have downloaded a copy of the cooking stream so it wasn't lost forever, but I'm afraid it's lost forever now. I have so totally got these all backwards. There we go. All right, what do we got in here? No. Ahsoka. New Ahsoka's really good. Yeah, new Ahsoka's really good. She's gonna be so gross in Han. Hero yellow. Well, Han and Quinlan, really. Han and Quinlan. There's a foil Hera. That's a pretty card. Invisible hand.
I like how it says from Hitman. There's one of you. Oh, it says it.
Corrupting the young. No, you no. This is no. She's been long corrupted. That's not a thing. She's the only weeb in the house for starters.
Wow.
Well, I mean, where's the lie?
Yeah, there's no.
There's no lie there. That's not a knock. It's just a reality. It's reality. That's a fact, sweetheart. All right. You. So what do we got so far for legendaries? Exec and exec. That's really kind of it. That feels kind of bad. Feels like we should be doing better than that. Yeah, super. I gotta build Quinlan. I gotta build Quinlan for no other reason than I gotta learn how he works so I can learn how to fight him. I haven't played against him a whole lot. I've seen him played on camera, but I have not played against him myself. Ian, if you were here to watch the Store Showdown stream we did about 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, Ian had been playing Quinlan Tarkentown for a while, but I did not get in a game against him when he was playing that deck. So I need to make some time and figure that out. Shieldgate is a good card. Disney. So Hetman, the short answer to your question is yes. Disney did actually screw up Star Destroyers. You are technically correct. What we got back here? Sweep the area. There we go. More big death triangles. Yes, more death triangles. Space triangles of death. Yes, we love them. They are amazing. Come on. There we go. All right. I'm not getting a lot. I think I'm disappointed. I have not seen many hyperspace cards. If you've watched me work with unlimited packs on camera before, you know that I collect hyperspace space units. I think I said that earlier. But this set's going to screw me so hard. There are 91 space units in this set, and I have to try and collect a play set of every single one of them in hyperspace. Ugh. It's going to hurt, kids. It's going to hurt the wallet. Another legendary ship, an Invincible. It was so funny to hear them talk about Kennedy a few weeks ago, like, oh, she's going to retire, and then she came on with some kind of mealy-mouthed, wishy-washy, oh, I'm not actually retiring, I'm going to keep making movies. Yeah, but you didn't say you were going to keep making movies at Disney. All right, so there is my 4th legendary capital ship in this box. First hero one, but apparently I'm going to pull all the legendary capital ships in this one box. You know, Super, there's people out there that I think would be okay with somebody like Whitwer. Where's a fan? Right? I mean, at the end of the day, you just want somebody who actually likes Star Wars. In other words, not Rian Johnson. Hot Shot Maneuver. That is a good card. Anything else in here? Man, the total lack of hyperspace starships is starting to get to me, kids. I'm not going to lie. I think at the end of the day, that's what's so frustrating about Star Wars these days is they've let all of these people who like either actively hate or don't understand the property come in and try to take control of it. It's a well-planned deception. I'll sort everything later. I'm not dealing with it right now. Oh, yes, Andor. Yes, please. In fact, I need to go back and rewatch season 1 again. Season 1 is so good, I need to go back and watch it again. It's been a hot minute. Now, what I remember about season 1 is the first 3 episodes are really slow, and then it picks up after that. The other thing that I think they would have done them well with season 1 of Andor is if they had super heavy on canon. Is if they had released it in 3-episode chunks. And I've heard they're doing season 2 that way. Is that correct? I've heard this, but I haven't gone to look and like confirm it or whatever. So sad. Keep open for that showcase. No glory, only results. Why, yes. Thrawn likes this one. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. What are we down to? 2 more? 4 more. Getting low. Getting low. Yes, no, Coraline, I knew that. I had heard them say that that this was going to be a series, a season that they were supposed to carry you through the end of season 1 up to Rogue One, which is like 4 or 5 years or something like that. So it's definitely going to cover a lot of ground. There we go. Finally, a hyperspace starship. It's a common, but I don't care. It's one less that I have to look for on the secondary market. Another Pride. Oh, well, whatever. Pride. Hyperfoil Boba. He's actually kind of pretty. That's a pretty card. Somebody might want that one. Fingers crossed. I don't keep the foils. I'm not a big hyperfoil guy. I want my cards unfoiled. Well, Super Rider, you and I are of a like mind there. But Disney has retconned so much good stuff away. And then Kathleen Kennedy had the balls to sit and look into a camera and say, well, it's so hard to come up with a good story because there's nothing there. And I went, okay, sure thing, lady. Whatever. 2 more packs? 2 more. All right, let's go. Let's go. Give me that Wedge or Piet showcase. Come on. Come on. Oh, it is Wedge. It's just not showcase. Super Sag. Cassian. At least it's a good card. Another Commandeer. No more hyperspaces. Negative. Very sad. All right.
Last one.
Yeah, last one. Looks like this is going to be a showcaseless box, which is not shocking. The odds are not good. It is another Phasma, who's not a bad leader, but unfortunately I don't think she's got quite enough of a card pool to work with just yet. Sabine's, yes, that is an excellent card. Okay, so all in all, not a bad box. 4 legendaries, all big, giant capital ships, including both Death Triangles. Like, I'm a fan of having both Death Triangles in one box. I'm okay with this. And only 1 rare base. This feels good. Oh God. So at the second pre-release, I'm opening up my box, right? So in my pre-release kit, I opened, what was in there? I opened a foil thermal oscillator and a foil data vault in those 6 packs. And then over the course of my box, I opened another foil data vault and a Colossus, and I think a regular thermal. I was like, oh my God, these rare bases feel terrible. They feel like such a waste. And then I legit wish that they would just stop doing rare bases. Just stop. Just give it up, guys. Nobody wants them. Rare bases just make me angry. But yeah, there we go. That's our legendary haul out of box number 1. I can't really complain about this. I mean, these 2 cards are not going to be terribly... oh, you guys can't see it. These two cards are not going to be terribly valuable here. We'll bring them down. We'll make it even easier. Right? These two cards are not going to be particularly valuable, I think, like on the secondary market. Because Invincible really only works with Trench, and Profundity, I think there's not a lot of demand for this, a ship in this size and range for Rebel. Maybe I'm crazy. We'll see. The Death Triangles, on the other hand, this one in particular, this one's going to have a higher price. A lot more Villain Blue will get to this than this. A lot of people are really down on Executor. I still think 12-12 Overwhelm is nothing to sneeze at. I think 12-12 Overwhelm makes the card very playable. I need that back, please. Thank you. Because I'm just going to be lazy and scoop all these in to here like so. All right. That. That. And this is all of the foils and junk. And then that is the good stuff. And we'll set this right here. All right, guys. It's time for a Carbonite box. I'm gonna make you choose. You say that one.
Yes.
You say the left one.
Yes.
Okay. Left one it is.
I won't open it.
All right. Left one it is. Dun dun dun. 7 legendaries in a show in a regular box. Super. Damn. I'm kind of jealous. That's a good stuff. Now I've opened 2 packs of this. It's been nice that some shops have taken the time to just put like literally the packs out. Who was it? Somebody at one of my locals basically, do me a favor, go in the kitchen and above the sink to the right, there's that big cup full of like pens and stuff. There's a pair of red-handled scissors in there. Would you bring those? Thank you.
I can just open it.
No, I want the scissors, please.
Okay.
Thank you. He basically said when you go so you go into a store and they've got like single Carbonite packs out, right? And just buying one. And he goes, it's like buying a lottery scratch-off ticket. And I'm like, yep, thank you very much. That's kind of what it is. It's like buying a scratch-off. There we go. So now, so far, I've opened 2 packs of Carbonite. I had one really good pack. I had a Hyperfoil Starhawk. Crap, there were 3 legendaries in that pack. And they weren't crap legendaries either. I don't know, I can't remember what they were. All right, hang on. Hang on. To Wedge Antilles, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. That wasn't it. All right, it's okay. That's okay. Whole bunch of foils. Here, let's do this. Ooh, there we go. Tier 2 Razor Crest. That's a pretty card. Planetary Bombardment. An excellent card. Hyperfoils are kind of sad, but that's okay. The Planetary Bombardment and the level, and this kind of makes it worth it in my mind. And then, of course, I finally got so we've got a Hyperspace Banshee, which for me is really good. Most people won't care about the Hyperspace units, but I care about them. And the rest of this is not particularly amazing. Okay, I'll sort through this stuff in a minute. Yes, Bombardment is excellent. Who has the better liquor? Ooh, I'm going to go Empire because you get the Corellian. You get the Corellian system, so you get Wyron's Reserve. Another Holdo. Not particularly exciting, but that's okay. We got a Hyperfoil Phasma. That's a pretty card. And a Hyperfoil Omicron Strikecraft. Rawr. That's not very exciting. Let's see. What do we got for regular foils here? War Jug. Pride again is a rare. Hand is a rare. Regular Fancy Falcon. That's a gorgeous looking card. Regular. See, Hyperspace Ships. There we go. All right, I need those. I don't care that they're common. I need them. I need them all. Another Tantive. Yes. 3 Hyperspace Space Units. I love that. Okay. So for me, again, not a terrible pack. That is not very focused. Hold on a minute. We're going to work on that for a second. That goes here. Be right back. You're fine. I can get around you. I can just look at this and just tell that it should be more focused on the table, and it Actually, no, that's not too bad. Never mind. I lied. I lied. Well, I'm only seeing the little tiny version up in OBS, right? And it's like, is it really that good? It's not that great. All right, here we go. Let's go Wedge Antilles. Let's go Wedge Antilles. Let's go Wedge Antilles. Von Reg. Okay. All right, well, whatever. This box is bad. It's your fault.
What did I do? You
knew that was coming.
You let me pick it.
You knew that was coming. You knew that was coming. No. You were like, that's true. I did. Red leader. Gorgeous cards. Hyperspace space units. Yes, please. Another rare.
So it's not my fault this box can be trash. You let me pick it.
We'll see. Okay. Again, not amazing, but not terrible. I'm probably going to need to do that. Pull it back a little bit. All right, let's get a little organized here. Like, the regular rares are fun, but, like, they're not really what we're here for. This is the good stuff over here on the right.
See what I've already got for you?
Oh. Gotta keep trying. Gotta keep trying. Gotta keep hoping. Commons, pretty commons, pretty commons. Oh, yay, a rare foil base. Just what everybody wanted. There we go. It's a plain executor. I'm okay with it. It's a legendary, and it's another death triangle, so I'm good.
Oh my God, why do you keep saying that?
Because it's what it is. It's a death triangle. Oh, that's a pretty card. See, I mean, I know people are going to like the fancy prestige version, but I think the nice, simple hyperspace starter card is also quite awesome. And we've got a hyperfoil rare there. So again, not the worst pack ever. Big fan of the Executor, though. Love that one. You guys. So a bit of behind the scenes shenanigans that you guys won't necessarily. This is going to sound wrong. This won't mean as much to you, but if you've seen me stream Unlimited, and you know I've got my stream deck set up, I can flash cards in from the sides of the screen. Last night I was trying to figure out how to showcase the wide cards. And because I had the way those windows were built, it didn't fit. It cut the card off, right? You couldn't see the whole thing. And I had to figure out how to do it. And in the course of figuring it out, I did figure it out. It came together and I was just like, yes. So I was just, it was one of those little victory for me moments, right? Those little behind the scenes victories that you don't normally get. Okay, the foil Link Country is actually kind of pretty. Plain Silver Angel, don't really care about that one. Yes, please. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Hyperspace Annihilator. Loving that. And a couple of hyperfoils we don't care about. See, this is what I'm really after. Like, I'll be honest, if I would play the big triangles, but I still love just the regular hyperspace space units. I am an absolute sucker for that stuff.
And you said that the wrong box.
So far, I am not unhappy. Let's go Piet. Nope. I have to keep trying. All right. The rare leader.
You never really get it.
Oh, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm not going to get it anyway.
Well, then you've already jinxed yourself on.
IG. Oh, yeah. Another legendary. There we go. See, if you're going to get a plain prestige card, at least make it a legendary one, not one of the uncommon ones. Okay. Hyperspace ship. Hyperspace ship. Hyperspace. Oh, this pack. Hyperspace base. Hyperfoil planetary bombardment. Okay. That was a pretty good pack. That was a pretty good pack, kids. Every single one of those hyperspaces for me was a winner because they're all hyperspace ships. And then a hyperfoil planetary bombardment. That's nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. So Brownstone, it kind of depends. I'll be honest, this style of card over here, right? These prestige cards, these are new. So when you ask how much they are, nobody really knows. I'll be honest, nobody really knows. The secondary market is less than a week old. So it's kind of a question of how bad do you want it and what are you willing to pay as opposed to what they're quote unquote worth. Hyperspace commons, sort of don't care. Commons. Ooh, that's pretty. Rampart. Foil, Radiant 7. Hyperspace, Hyperspace, Hyperspace Rare. Hyperfoil Luke. That's pretty. Somebody's going to want that, I bet. I'll happily trade that away. I don't want any of that shenanigans, but that is a pretty card. All right. Let's see how we're doing here. Come on, there's got to be a showcase in here. Oh, you're killing me, Alice.
I said if you keep doing it.
Killing me, Alice. You keep saying that until I'm going to flip one over and get one, and then what are you going to say?
There's like 4 packages left.
All right, so there we go. So we got a foil, another Death Triangle. This is a regular foil Executor, and then a foil Starhawk. So now, technically, that should be it. I'm only, like, statistically, you're supposed to get 4 of the foiled Prestige cards in a box. And there's my 4. Razor, Falcon, Radiant, and Starhawk. So then I've got 2, and I've got 2 more Legend. It's actually not a bad box. I'm not super upset with it. Oh, yeah. Yes, double Executor pack. Yeah, 3 Executors in 1 box. Hyperfoil Swarming Droid. Somebody will want that. I pulled one of these in a booster pack in one of my pre-releases. Somebody wanted it right there in the shop. This is nice. I've already got 4 Executors. See, for me, I'm okay with this because I'm going to play this card. Brownstone, retail on the Carbonite boxes, I'm pretty confident is 300 or thereabouts.
Oh.
All right, Rose, some foil commons because foil commons and some foil uncommons. There's a foil legendary, foil rare, plain a regular old fireball.
It's 3.
We got a ship. We got a ship. We got a hyperspace turbo laser salvo, which I love, and a hyper foil starter Falcon. Okay, this is not bad. See, you didn't do that bad. I was giving you crap earlier. You didn't do that bad. This has been a good box. It's been a good box. I mean, I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 legendaries out of this box so far. I can't really complain about that. 10, because this Starhawk is legendary.
You're complaining over Nippy.
Yes, I agree. I agree, Super. I agree. I'm not upset. Okay. More commons and common foils, and this is the stuff nobody really cares about. All right. Oh, okay. A foily Prestige Red 5. That's statistically a little bit of an aberration. A regular foil rare. Hyperspace, which we like. Hyperspace, which we like. Hyperspace base. And some more hyperfoils of nothing particularly awesome.
2 packages left.
2 left. 2 left. Come on, one of these. Surely one of these.
I'm telling you, if you keep doing the flip over, you're
Surely,
not gonna get it.
you keep saying that, but it must be in the last pack then.
It's not gonna be the last pack.
I'm just telling you. I think you're wrong. There we go. Foil Never Tell Me the Odds. Starter card. Foil Cassian. There's a Tantive, regular. Anakin, another legendary. Hyperspace Radiant 7. There we go. I pulled one of these in my box at the second pre-release I went to.
One last one.
Karnak
This
says.
is for right
Karnak
now.
says. Karnak says. This should be, and it's not.
I told you.
That makes me sad. This is the first one of these I think I've seen that didn't have a showcase in it. That makes me kind of sad.
Because you kept flipping it over.
That has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with it. Hyperspace droid, hyperspace ship, hyperspace black one. Yes, loving all of this. Ooh, hyperfoil no glory. That's a pretty card. So from a legendary, so from a Carbonite perspective, right? This is. Am I getting? I guess at the end of the day, the kind of question is, am I getting? Do I feel like I got $300 worth of value out of this box? And I gotta say, the sheer number of legendaries means I probably have to say yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 legendaries out of 1 box. That's not too shabby. I can't really complain about that. Some of the hyperfoils will be stuff that I can trade. No, that was a rare. That was rare. Okay, yeah, not a. Yeah. And then, of course, just I'm a sucker for just plain hyperspace ships. And, well, we got a whole bunch of those, didn't we? Now, a whole lot of these are commons and uncommons, and that's fine. I got to start somewhere. I agree. I think the pricing for the serialized cards that are out there right now is a bit messed up, and I don't think. Oh, these are not. These got added to the wrong pile. I don't think is correct. I don't want to say correct. I don't think is relevant. There we go. These are in the wrong pile. So still, I still got a decent chunk of hyperspace ships, right? Just regular hyperspace space units that I don't have to chase down. It wasn't too bad. The double planetary bombardments almost alone makes, and the extra death triangles really makes it worth it. Like, there's a lot of good stuff there. Okay, well, and then I might still open the other one. I don't know yet. I don't know.
You already opened one.
I don't know. Well, I haven't decided I'm gonna open this one yet. We'll see. I haven't decided. We'll see, baby. But Super, I agree with you. I think a lot of these folks. So right now, the prices you're seeing for some of the serialized, I've seen them as high as 1,200, which I think is crack for a single card. For a single card, insane. Yeah. I'm like, I can't. Insane. I can't imagine a world where someone actually pays that. Now I will say that for certain numbered cards, the value will be there. The trick is you've got to find the right person who's willing to pay for that particular card. For example, think about if you want to buy Red 5. Suppose you want to own the Red 5, the serialized Red 5. If you have number 5 out of 250, that card is worth more than all of the other ones, isn't it? Or maybe a number 1. Like number 1's probably worth something. 250 might be worth something, but for certain ships, certain numbers are going to be worth something. And some of them are only going to be worth something to certain people. I'll give you another example. If you guys know Competitive Unlimited, you're probably familiar with the KTOD guys, right? Bobby Sapphire over there, I think his Discord handle is Profundity, right? Based on like the big ship. And he wants a very specific number of that ship in serialized. So it's like, can we find it? Or can it be found, right? Will someone pull it? Who knows? If
gonna be that lucky to get it.
Right, and if they do, what is it worth to him? Right? That's the question. And I don't know. There's a lot. Yeah, I agree, Platform. I'm pretty happy with that box. All right, so back to regular boxes here. Let's see what other kind of good stuff we can pull. Oh, okay. New Invincible. These are getting opened anyway. It literally doesn't matter. Those are all getting opened. It's completely irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which one you choose. They're all getting opened. I don't need you. I don't need you. Hyperspace. Cham. IG. Okay. And a foil Radis. Hyperspace Trench. Hyperspace Ship. Love that. Where'd my stack of hyperspace ships go? Oh, I put it away. Hang on a minute. I gotta keep my stack of hyperspace ships available because I'm just gonna keep building on that. It wasn't you. It wasn't, or maybe it was you. No, it wasn't you. Where did I put you? You're all the way in the back, right? This is it. That's my stack of hyperspace ships. I will say that's kind of one nice thing about the Carbonite boxes. You don't have a lot of extra crap lying around at the end of it. I mean, I guess you kind of do in foils and stuff, but like in general. Okay, hyperspace ships. And this is just junk foils. Junk foils, snap, and stuff. What's everybody building? I heard some of you guys talk about Quinlan. Super, that was me in set 1. That was me in set 1. I opened 5 boxes of set 1 and pulled 3 showcases. I've pulled 2 since. What else are you guys building out there? Crack shot, need that. Seasoned Fleet Admiral, sure. Got to get somewhere. Got to get somewhere with it, kids. I'm ready to... Dooku Swarm. So Platform, you've been able to get that working then. Or at least get it built, right? With the new Invincible Hand. Because that's definitely a strat that I am really curious to try out at some point. Hyperfoil. It's just pretty shit, but I don't need it. Heavy Bomber. I mean, I probably do need it, but I don't want it in Hyperfoil. It just makes me sad. I'd be curious to check that one out, Platform. I'll be definitely curious to see that one in action someday. Von Rag again. Dengar. More Fett. I have so many Bobas. I have so many Bobas. I mean, it's not a bad card. I'm honestly glad he's a regular rare and not a legendary after the one in the first set was a legendary. Chasing those down was so irritating. When does Ginger? So she's not really, it's not really her thing. Ricked. So many Bobas. Krennic. Yes, please. Another one of these losers. How you doing, Seven? Long time no see, my friend. How you been? How's life treating you? So there we go. Speaking of legendaries. 2 so far in the box. Vader and Invincible. Liking that so far. We'll segregate them out a little bit. Doing good, doing good. Super, I wish you the luck. There are ways to do it, but I mean, I wish you luck. Thank you, Seven. You think this is good? Man, I should show you the road setup now. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty, ladies and gentlemen. Check that out. So you have the regular version and then the fancy hyperspace Vader. Ooh, like that. All right. Yeah. So, oh, that pose rare. I gotta pull him out. So, Seven, I look like a proper roadie now, right? Do I have it? No. You can't see it. It's off camera down here on the floor. I have one Pelican case over here full of the backdrop and the long poles for taking this setup on the road. I have another Pelican case in there that's all the cameras. I have a third Pelican case. The one I bought was too big. I bought a Pelican case so large that when I loaded it up full of stuff, it weighed nearly 90 pounds. I don't want to have to pay what it's going to cost me to check a 90-pound Pelican case on an airplane. So I sent it back to get a smaller one so I couldn't hold 90 pounds worth of stuff. Yes, it was 90 pounds worth of stuff. Do you know what 100-meter long HDMI cables weigh? They weigh a lot. Anyway, and so I am in the process of kind of rejiggering some things with how the setup the mobile setup works. And then this week, I was telling Ginger, this week I got to start buying PC components. Probably one of the streams that I'm going to have relatively soon is just me sitting in here building a computer. Because I have, there's another legendary, a Hondo. I've got to build the Rode PC. And it comes in its own, the PC is going to have its own, no, that's not where that goes. Oh, I feel like I've done this before. Hold on a minute. What's going on over here? Yeah, I've been putting stuff in the wrong place for a bit. Hold on. The Rode PC is going to have its own case and everything. Like it just all goes into the same, like it's got a hard shell case and it's a rack mounted thing. You've seen stuff like this in your roadie work, right, for audio. But most of the audio stuff is designed to be transported by car. It comes with wheels on it, right? And it's not like really super padded. You just put cover plates on the ends where all the connections and face plates are, and then it wheels out. I have to buy something that is, oh, no, I can't have casters. I'm checking it in the belly of an airplane. They're gonna rip those casters right off. So everything I have has wheels. Pelican makes what they call an air case. So it's like a rolling piece of luggage with a retractable handle and wheels on it. And as Electric points out, casters add more weight. So at the end of the day, no casters. I have specifically gone out of my way to avoid casters everywhere possible. But most of the cases are already 15 pounds a piece-ish or so. And by the time you start putting gear in them, like I've got a 70-pound weight limit that I'm trying to stay under without paying the overweight fees. So it has been trying to keep the mobile setup to under 280 pounds, right, is honestly, has been an interesting and irritating challenge at the same time. Another Ahsoka. Needed that.
I heard Ginger upstairs. I'm like,
Yeah, she's upstairs, I think.
right here.
No, she was.
Uh,
She's been on the back patio. I don't know if she's came in or not.
Like something about like it's like not really her thing. I'm like, what? Ooh.
Oh, I don't remember what I was saying. It was 5 minutes ago. I've slept since then.
What?
All right. Yeah, and yes, please. Oh, another hyperfoil swarming droid. I have like 3 of those now. I gotta find some sucker collector who wants all his vulture droids in hyperfoil and like cut him a deal. I got 3, $10 a piece, you know, whatever. Oh, you guys can't see this stuff. I gotta switch back over. I should have changed. Xanda, no, I really don't. I appreciate the offer. Part of the reason that I'm doing it this way is I intend to be able to be commercially flight deployable, right? That is part of one of my goals. And in order to do that, I have to prove that it's doable. So the Denver deployment is he really platform? That's good to know. The Denver deployment in a few weeks is meant to be the proof of concept for all of that. So as much as I appreciate it, I'm gonna pass. See, that's pretty. I like this card. I mean, it's not that great a card, but like just the art on it is pretty. They're black one. I got plenty of them, but that's okay. I'll get the foil ones. Do something with those. I think I'm gonna bust out on hyperspaces. I can just feel it already. It's just not. I mean, not hyperspaces, on showcases. It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I can just tell. In the heat of battle. I don't particularly think that's a very good card. I've not figured out what people are going to do with it yet. Yeah, I've definitely seen some people looking for hyperfoil swarm droids, and I'm kind of like, I can hook you up with that. It is a little bit 7. I'll give you an example, right? I've got this long case over here on the floor with all of my gear for the overhead backdrop. Okay, so I've got the aluminum poles and everything all collapsed down and everything. So they don't, and it's aluminum. It doesn't weigh a lot. Trench run. But it is a little bulky. It does take up a little bit of space. And then because I also bought I bought leg extenders, right? My most places I go, if I go to a game store or a con, right, I'm going to have probably a 6 or an 8 foot collapsible table, and that's what I'm going to have for a caster desk, and that's fine. But because I wanted an actual caster desk look and feel to the whole thing, I don't want to be sitting low to the ground. I want to be up. I want counter height. So I bought some little leg extenders, about like yay, right? They don't weigh anything. They're very small, that I can put on the bottom of a collapsible table leg, and the whole thing lifts up about 6 inches. Great. So now I have a counter height desk to work off of. But now the chairs are too short. Everybody uses, some probably kind of collapsible folding chair. So I went out and bought like collapsible stools, counter height stools to carry with me. This is the kind of idiot I am, okay? Because I'm going for a certain look and feel of how this setup works on the road. So to some extent, I'm carrying 20 extra pounds of stools that I probably don't really need. But I'm doing it because it's what I want to do. Yes, I'm dumb. There we go. Stolen AT hauler, another legendary. 5 in the box so far. This has been a solid box. Hyperspace Mando. Oh. So Stavros. True story. My intention, because I'm an over-anal retentive engineer, is that each case will have its own packing list, so that when I'm trying to tear down and get out of a venue, I know exactly what goes into each case to make sure that I stay under my 70-pound weight limit. You guys can't see it. I have my little travel scale out over here where I've been weighing these cases as I put gear in them, right? I've actually got a little bit of extra space in the camera one. The camera case is not the heaviest one. The one with the bloody cables so far is the heaviest one. Turns out, HDMI, fiber optic HDMI cable is very, 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 very expensive. I mean, very, very heavy. That's not a bad idea, Electric. And the other reason I'm doing it is because the guys who I'm going to be doing these kinds of setup with, you guys have met them on camera if you've watched other streams, right? Trey and Ian, they have been fabulous in helping me do setup and teardown. But it's not their gear. They didn't organize it. I don't expect them to know what goes in what case. And so I'm basically trying to do them a solid by basically saying, here's literally like a laminated list. Here's what goes in every case. That's a bit anal retentive. Oh, that's a pretty card. Just a simple hyperspace gold leader. That's pretty. It's a little anal retentive, but I think it will be helpful to them when it comes time to tear down and load out. I mean, Trey was a rock star in Austin. We tore everything down and loaded everything out. And, oh yeah, platform. I learned that the hard way. Loaded out in about an hour, which was awesome. I didn't think it was possible, but by God, he did it. Hyperfoil Republic Y-Wing. Victor Leader. That's actually a good card. Doesn't look like there's anything particularly else exciting in here. No, that's okay. Oh, I should put these guys back to here so you guys can actually see what I'm opening. Yeah. My bad. Here, I'll put this guy back up. This is the one I was like. It's just a good looking card, right? I don't care for the foiling. I just like the borderless look on my space units. I'm a big fan of that. Because see, that's the regular one. No, not that. There we go. Right? So you have the bordered one and the borderless one. You just see more of the artwork over here. I just love the borderless look. I think it's awesome. Cat and Mouse and a foil Corvus. That's a pretty card. First Corvus I've pulled in 2 boxes, I think. That actually makes me a little sad. I really want to be able to build that deck. No showcases in that box either. Womp, womp, womp. Very sad. Hyperspace ship. And a Nebula Ignition, which I don't really care about, but I do need one for the binder. So, in that box then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 legendaries. It's not bad. I got my expected 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, oh wait, 7. I counted wrong. That's not right. 6. 6 legendaries. Yeah. So 5 hits plus the extra that came in the hyperspace slot. So yeah, not bad. Can't complain. Cannot complain. Okay. Sort through all this mess later. All right, legendaries, legendaries. Regular rares. All right, one more regular box. Then we have to have the do we or do we not open the last Carbonite box question. We have to ask ourselves the difficult question, ladies and gentlemen. The difficult question. Do we or don't we? What is all this? Oh yeah, this is my stuff from my first box. I definitely hit more legendaries in that box. This is my first pack of rares, or from the first box, which makes this the noteworthy stuff from the second box. Here we go. I mean, oh, Electric, you're killing me, man. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to figure out what all... Okay, this is all the stuff that came out of the Carbonite box that I did not use or go through or want at this exact instant. I'm going to keep adding to this pile. This is my ongoing pile of hyperspace ships. This is just regular hyperspace randomness. I'll just pile this over here. We'll sort it all later. And then this stuff can go in here for now. Good enough. All right. Last regular box. Let's see what we get out of here, kids. He should be, Xanda, but it's possible that it's not. It was working earlier. Give me a moment, and I will go take a peek. No, it looks like not. I apologize. Okay, hold on. Let's see something here. You guys are making me double check everything. Hold on a moment. Come back to here while I piddle around for a minute. Okay, yeah, so the stream is working, but I'm not seeing... Okay, so I am not, yeah, I guess RestreamBot's not working, although it told me it connected. It very clearly lied to me. So, yay, I suppose. Yep, no, Xanda, so I see the question now. Thank you for bringing it up. So he's asking, I'm going to get this right. Yeah, it was connected. I don't know what's going on with Restream. When it was connected earlier. Let's have a quick look at the question. Question says, we're new to Unlimited. We have played a few games with Shadows of the Galaxy. We've got a few JTL decks today. Can you explain the piloting costs? Absolutely, absolutely. Let me open up a card with piloting costs, and then we'll show it to you. And it's easier to do, in my opinion, with a visual aid. And I'm a very visual person. So give me a moment, and we'll find one. It will not take us long to find a pilot. There's about, I don't know, 20 or 30 of them in this set. Let's find a pilot. Perfect. There's a pilot. Okay. So I can't bring it in much tighter than this. But essentially, this guy right here says piloting 1. He's got the cost and the aspect symbol. He's got the cunning aspect symbol right next to it. So piloting, if you've played Shadows of the Galaxy, you've seen smuggle costs, right? Do I have a Shadows of the Galaxy card out here with smuggle cost? I probably don't. Give me a moment. Let's see if I can find one real quickly. If I do, this becomes a very, very easy thing to explain and a very easy comparison to make. If I can find one. If I can't, well, sucks to be us, and it looks like it's going to suck to be us because I don't think I have. I don't have too many Shadows cards in here for some reason. If you recall, right, smuggle costs. Card will say smuggling. It'll have a cost and then one or more aspect symbols next to the smuggle cost. So either when you play a card for smuggle, when you play a card with smuggle, you either pay the base cost, or if you're playing it out of your resource row, you pay the smuggle cost. Piloting works similarly. If you're playing it as a ground unit, ignore this bottom half. If you're playing it as a ground unit, you pay the regular unit cost. If you're playing it as a pilot upgrade, you pay the piloting cost. You get to choose. When the card is played, when you have a pilot in your hand, this essentially, pilot cards function basically as 2 cards in 1. Think of this, if you think about Magic, right? I'm going to use a really bad Magic analogy, okay? The old school dual lands in Magic, right? Where I had a single land card and I could tap it for red or blue, and I just declared that when I tapped it. Think of a pilot card the same way. A pilot card is either a ground unit or a vehicle upgrade, an upgrade that has to be played into a vehicle that doesn't already have a pilot in it. When you play the card, you choose, do you want the ground unit or the pilot? If you pay the ground unit, you pay the cost right up here in the top left like you always would for any other ground unit. If you want the pilot, you pay the cost in the little piloting box. Hopefully that explains it. Hopefully that helps. In the meantime, let's get back to this pack of stuff. Let's see. Lightspeed Assault. So speaking of weaponizing hyperspace, there's literally a card in the game now for the weaponization of hyperspace, which makes me want to puke. But yes, there we are. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why the bot died over there, but whatever. Hey, look, it's another hyperspace holdo. I think I have 3 hyperspace holdos. I don't have a plain holdo. It's getting a little silly. It's getting a little silly now, kids. There we go. Hyperspace ship. Put that in the pile. Another hot shot. Gotta get this good. A little closer to a play set there. I think that's my second one. I'm not even doing the little showcase thing. When I was doing, I've just kind of given up at this point. When I was opening Spark Rebellion boxes, I would open the pack right, and then I would slide the leader out so I could just see the edge of it to figure out if it was like a showcase leader. I'm at the point now where it's kind of like it's not going to be, so just stop dreaming. just give it up, man. Just give it up. How does the aspect affect the cost? Same as anything else. So in smuggle cards, the aspect does not always match. The aspect of the smuggle cost does not always match the aspect cost of the card. In piloting, if you look very closely, some of them also don't match. It's rare. It's rarer in piloting than it is in smuggle. The easy example. Let me see if I can find one. He's an uncommon. The easy example is Mandalorian out of this set. There's also another example that I can find if I can wander into one. The Dagger Squadron pilot is another one that's easy to showcase if I can find one. Nope. They're all in yellow. Of course they're all in yellow. Of course. There's the Dagger Squadron pilot. I've passed at least one Mando, but not in that handful of cards. Let me go look and see. Hang on. I think I have one in the big hyperspace stack of stuffs. He's easy to find because he's the only double yellow card in the entire set. Come on. I know I've seen you in this stack of... There he is. There he is. Okay. So, let's come in here again. So Dagger Squadron, right? He is 1 cost, cunning, heroism. His pilot cost is 1 cost, cunning, heroism. So if you can play this card normally, you can pilot him normally. Easy peasy, right? Mando's a little different. Mando is double cunning, right? And if it's a ground unit, he costs 5. His pilot ability only costs 2 and is 1 cunning, not double cunning. So if you are playing, let's just say you're playing like Yellow Han, like Han 1 Yellow, the original Han from Spark Rebellion right now, is with a yellow base, is a very popular deck in the meta. It's a very strong deck in the right hands. So they're going to look at the ground unit and think, that's a really good card for me. I might play this card. Any other yellow deck, however, could potentially play the pilot upgrade without having to pay any extra, right? Because the pilot upgrade has a different aspect cost than the original. If you were playing, you can play pilots out of aspect, same as smuggle cards, right? You're not required to be able to play. It's still unlimited at the end of the day. You can pay for the aspects you don't have on a piloting cost, same as you could on a smuggle cost. It just costs extra, and that gets expensive after a while. So you don't want to do a lot of it, but if the card is good enough or powerful enough, well, then you'll probably suck it up and do it, right? Hopefully that helps. And as Super points out, right, Hotshot DL44 is one of the probably one of the most well-known examples of the aspect of the card is completely different than the aspect of the smuggle cost. Now, we have not seen pilots yet who have a smuggle cost that is, a pilot cost that is radically different from their base cost, their regular ground unit cost. But the way the mechanic works, it is possible that it could occur. No, that's not where that goes, you dummy. There we go. Put those over here. ISS flyover. Well, another wedge, but not my precious showcase wedge that I keep looking for. Super heavy. Every time I see a super heavy ion cannon, my brain wants to hear Muse in my head. Super massive black hole. But that is not what that card says. Admiral Snack Bar. There we go. More death triangles. I have a playset of death triangles now for both blue and green. This makes me very happy because I'm 100% going to be building me a death triangle deck. Outstanding. No, that's good to hear. Xanda, thank you for passing that on. I'm sorry. I could, like you, I could swear the bot was working earlier, and I don't know why it crapped out on me. But thank you for passing along that conversation so I didn't miss it. I'm glad that helped. There we go. All right, our third invincible. I guess that means I'm gonna have to build that trench deck after all. Who's actually seen a deck list for trench? Has anybody even tried one yet? Hold on, it's good bourbon. 4 boxes, 2 pre-release kits, my first regular holdo. You know what else? I still don't own a Lando. I still have not pulled a Lando yet. Not one. Weird to have upside down cards, but okay. A foil legendary. It's a Scramble Fighters. Third one of those. Snap number 2. One of my pre-releases I pulled 2 Scrambled Fighters in. I had like a regular one and a hyperspace one. I think the very first pre-release. And of course, that was the night that I played Rose. So it was like, okay, whatever. Don't need that. You are not useful. Yen. Love it. Got a play set of Yen. That makes me happy. One of the better pilots you can be playing in Wedge Red, which is a deck I'm 100% going to be building soon. More upside down cards. This is a thing for some reason. Another Profundity, another Legendary. Random Hyperspace. Just random upside down cards. A lot of weird upside down artifacts in some of these packs. I don't know why that is. Oh, I need to come back out to here. Yep, here it is again. Hyperspace Fireball, regular Turbo Laser Salvo, loving that. Tarkin, and Dorian Gunship. IG-2000, one of the better regular rares in this set. Django's gonna be everywhere. Seen what 100 times? Oh, ISS, yeah. It's pretty cool, Seven. It's pretty cool to stop and realize and think that, you know, we've reached a point as a species that basically every moment of every day, there's some of us not on the planet. I mean, whether you like Elon Musk or you hate Elon Musk, what he's attempting to do with going to Mars is pretty spectacular. The ability, you know, we have reached a point as a species where we have the technical ability and the technical knowledge to, in my opinion, we have the ability and the knowledge, leave, yeah, I'm good, Xanda. Leave our planet and, you know, go take up residence on another one. That's pretty amazing when you think about it, right? Whole generations of science fiction authors from back in the day, the Heinleins and Asimovs of the world, would be just super jealous, right? To know that. They would be baffled that we haven't done more. Absolutely baffling, even to me, but here we are. It's a well-planned deception. Nope.
habitat. Like it has to
Not
be-
true.
No, like for us, it
No.
no,
Not true. We could build a habitat and live inside the habitat.
no, like on a planet that not in the habit zone.
Well, sure. But like that's not really going to be a thing.
Yeah.
There might be planets out there that we can live on without some kind of, artificial environment that we built ourselves, right?
Yes.
But they're going to be the exception, and they're much farther away than the ones in our own solar system. So why don't we start with them first?
Yes.
Exactly. He'll survive it, Brownstone. He's a big boy. God, that card's pretty. Look at that. The borderless on that hammerhead looks so good. God, I love that one. I'm looking forward to getting 3 of those. I don't even know that I'll ever play it. I just love the card. No, another foil No Glory. Only 4 legendaries in this box so far. Still have not seen a showcase. Makes me very sad. I think I'm going to end up opening this other Carbonite box just because I'm determined to open one tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Another Executorius. So there's me, another legendary, another Death Triangle. All right, what do we got left? What do we got left over here? 4 packs. 4 packs, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. 7, I agree with you, buddy. It makes me sad that we spend so much time distracted with all of the garbage that that we allow ourselves to get distracted by. When you look at all the things that we could be doing as a species, and you look at all the stuff that we find ourselves involved in, and it's like, I has a sad, right? I has a sad. Admiral. Blah, 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 blah. Another Close the Shield Gate. Another card I look forward to trying to break. I've seen people talking speculatively about comboing Shield Gate with Galactic Ambition. I think that'll be interesting to see if people, if you can pull that off. Hyperfoil Torpedo Barrage. That's actually a pretty card. And my 3rd masterpiece. That's good. I needed that. Definitely want to be building that deck. All right, last pack of my regular boxes, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a Hyperspace Rose Tico. Very sad. Very sad. But that's okay. It's a legendary Han. That makes that last pack feel a little less painful. So, again, 5 legendaries in the box. Kind of average, the expected hit with an extra bonus that came out of the foil slot. Same as before, right? I got 5 out of the other box with the extra one that came, the extra one that was in the hyperspace slot, the hyperspace Vader. That's not too bad. Well, I drew a whole bunch of legendary capital ships and not too many legendary events and other Garbo stuff. I feel like that's probably not so bad in the grand scheme of things. I feel like there's some legendary events out there, like a Unity of Purpose and such in this set, that will be very, very easy to obtain on the secondary market. And not pulling that out of a booster pack feels pretty good. When, instead I'm pulling, Annihilators and Executors and Hans and Vaders and stuff. That feels much better, I think, than pulling the other stuff. All right, put this away. Let's go back to here for a minute. All right. Put that away. No, get down there. I'll sort through this mess later. Come on. There you go. All right. I got foils and other junk. All right. So that's just my hyperspace space unit haul here. All right, guys. What are we going to do? Am I going to open a second one of these things? I don't know. She's telling me yes. I don't know. Yeah, 7. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm being egged on over here. I'm being egged on. I should ask Ginger. So, Xanda, true story. True story. See, she's egging me on. True story. Puddin', you're cracking me up. So, we were Sunday evening, right? I'd been at mom and dad's all afternoon because we were doing, I had to go, yeah, I know, Greystroke, you're wrong. I definitely want to. We were, I was helping mom and dad put together some furniture. And on the way home, I had to drive by a local game shop that I knew was doing their pre-release that evening. And I also knew that I couldn't stay and play. So I just dropped in to say hello and see what everybody was up to. And as I'm standing in there, they've got carbonite boxes in the case. And I'm like, I'd already bought one at that point. I had one sitting on the table right here at home waiting for me. In fact, I think it was this one. I think this was the one that first one that I bought. The one that I already opened is the one that, so I'm standing there looking at these boxes. And Ginger goes, just get one. And I'm like, really? She goes, you know, she's like, you want one? I was like, yeah, but I've got one at home. She's like, yeah, but you want another one. I'm like, well, kind of. She's like, just get one. So I did. So, all right, fine. Fine. I'm going to regret this. I'm going to regret this. I'm going to regret this. I'm such a sucker. Oh, I know. I'm such a sucker. She absolutely is, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we married her. I mean, Grant, hush. No one asked you. All right, this is just my set of my pile of existing regular plane hyperspace ships because I collect all that stuff. All right. An Admiral snack bar. That foil Chimera is actually kind of pretty. Rare. Okay, we have a foil ST-149. Ship. Ooh, hyperfoil turboleader salvo. That's pretty. I don't need you. Get out of my way. All right. We'll pull the shaft off to the side here. I'll get that out of camera. That's just cluttering things up. Okay, let's keep going. It's not peer pressure, it's just your turn. I get these packs out of here. All right. Oh, starter. Another turbo laser salvo. Red leader. Ship. Rare. Hyperfoil rare. Moff Gideon. I'm going to have so many hyperspace and regular foils to sort through. Man. Xanda just won, buddy. There's only one YouTube stream. I can only stream to YouTube in one way. I just restream to YouTube, and that's what we get. All right, what do we got? There is no escape. Ooh, another Executor. Regular Prestige. Oh, that's so pretty. God, I love the look of those cards. Mark 170. Blue Leader. Tantive. A Hyperfoil Data Vault. I guess maybe somebody might want that. Okay. Restream bot. Oh, did the bot finally wake up? Okay, I wasn't paying that much attention. Oh my God, I have like four hyperspace holdos. It's ridiculous. It's become the meme. Foil no disintegrations. That's kind of pretty. It's become like my meme card of the night, I think. Foil, Plan IG. That's pretty. Yeah, Interdictor. Rare. And some hyperfoils. Man, those are pretty cards. Okay, well, but I will sort through those later. That goes into my little stack over here. These off to the side. Come on. There we go. Something like that. There. Okay, well, we finally pulled a showcase. Rio. Of all the ones I could pull. Like, really? Oh, man. The interesting thing is, I think a lot of folks have not spent much time with him yet. I think there's something there. His Saboteur ability is no joke. Like, I really think that might end up being decent. Foil Victor Leader. Ship. Hyperspace Annihilator. Let's go. Hyperfoil Tantive. That's kind of pretty. Okay. I mean, yeah, the universe is kind of laughing at me right now. Now, with that said, I have seen it is possible to pull 2 showcases in one of these boxes. It is not common, apparently, but I have seen it occur. Okay, another starter foil of the Falcon. Corvus. Corvus, double Corvus pack. I really like this Corvus. That's such a pretty card. Ship, 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 rare, and some hyperfoils. It makes me sad, Brian. It makes me super sad. Because it's kind of, I'll be honest, of all the showcases I could have pulled, it's the one I'm probably the least interested in. But now I'm absolutely gonna have to I'm gonna have to try. I'm gonna have to try and make the thing work. Okay, so you have foil Han, foil legendary. Let's put them over here. Foil legendary. Plain old shuttle Tidarium. Ship, ship, ship. Okay, there we go. What is Rio from anyway? Xanda, it's because what FFG decided to do is so on the Super Star Destroyers, Executor and Annihilator, their prestige versions are horizontal like this. This is, in my opinion, this is a throwback to the old Decipher game, right? When Decipher first printed their first Executor in Dagobah, which would have been 1996, it was at the time the only horizontal card in the entire game, right? So I think they kind of did it as a bit of a wink and a nod to some of their ancestry. Personal opinion. I have no evidence of that. Another foil legendary, love that. Home one, yet another legendary. Ship, rare. Ship, another hyperfoil swarming droid. I have 4 of those now. I'm gonna make somebody happy. I'm gonna have a whole big pile of hyperfoil swarming vulture droids for somebody. Lights. I really do agree with you. I really think there's a mix and a combo for Rio that works. I just don't know that I'm gonna be the guy to figure it out. I am not the best deck builder in Unlimited. I feel like if you hand me a deck and let me play, I'm fine. Like, ooh, Devastator. That's pretty. And a foily one, too. Regular plain Vulture Droid. There's a rare Fire Spray. Another legendary. That's a Hyperspace Profundity. Hyperspace Bosk. That's kind of pretty. Okay. Interesting. So I suspect with Rio, somebody else is going to crack it, and I'm going to be like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that's the thing now, right? I'm probably going to try, but in general, I don't believe my deck building skills are going to be the thing that makes it work. It's a foil Banshee. I love the art on this card. It is absolutely stunning. Hyperspace Ship, Hyperfoil Rare. For most people, the hyperspace ships are meaningless. For me, they're very awesome. All right, guys, last 2. Here we go. Last 2. Karnak says, foil, showcase Piet. No. Still haven't pulled a Lando. Phantom Deuce, that's a pretty card. Love that one. Ship. Another Turbo Laser Salvo. I think I have 6 Turbo Laser Salvos now, which I guess I shouldn't complain about because somebody's going to need some, and I have plenty to spare. It just feels ridiculous, like they're everywhere. Lights, my intention, so the plan is to go to Denver to stream the event. It's not a showcase, I can tell you already. Makes me sad. I'm still waiting. What's up, Delta? I'm still waiting for confirmation from SCG or SGC, SCG, Star City Games, SCG, that I can come stream the event. I have not been given the official thumbs up, yes, please come. I have a plane ticket and a hotel reservation. All right, so we got a couple of foil rares here. Another legendary, that's another Starhawk. It's my second one of those. Ship, I need to pull these out of the way. Hold on. Oh, you got put on the wrong stack. Hold on. This is my ship stack. Ship. Hyperfoil thermo oscillator. Okay, that's curious. Ah, hyperspace rare. Close the shield gate. There we go. Okay. Well, not the best Carbonite box, but I'm still not terribly unhappy with it, right? We had 11 legendaries out of the first one. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 legendaries out of this one, including the prestige cards that are legendary, plus the showcase, plus a whole bunch of other mess. So yeah, that was fun. I'm glad to see the Devastator. I already have a regular one of those, I think, from the first box. I think there was one of those in the first box. So yeah, that came out nice. They talked me into open both of them.
I'm sure y'all had to twist real hard.
They didn't have to twist that hard.
No, I didn't.
Seven says hello.
Hey, Seven. We need to pass through town again so we can harass you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Xanda.
Not the showcase I wanted, but the showcase I opened. So there we go. Where is Rio from, guys? Who can tell me?
Oh, he's from Andor. Not Andor.
Wisecracking Wheelman. That's literally his subtitle.
Yeah. Crap. I can see him in my head. Was he in Mando? Or Boba Fett?
I don't know. He's got like 4 arms.
Was it Solo? Okay.
Is he from Solo? Okay. I'll take your word for it.
We only saw it like once.
I think I've only seen it once or twice. Yeah, it's been a I've not seen a lot of Solo.
Which is actually sad because it was so much better than the sequels.
I think he's right. I think he's the pilot. I think he was Beckett's pilot in Solo.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That sounds right. I think you're right. You're probably right.
Like, I can remember seeing him on screen, but I can't remember where in the heck I saw him.
Well, the good news is that we have a whole lot of stuff that will make...
Good trade bait?
Well, I've got a lot of trade bait. I might sell some. I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's going to be a whole lot of people like... So, one of the nice things is that the regular prestige cards, right? Just the regular ones, the non-foil ones like this. Mm-hmm. I would love just a complete set of those. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's going to be that hard to do, right? I love this card. Yeah, I'm so glad. Well, and I'm so glad they brought Darren Tan back, right? Darren Tan was absolutely one of my favorite artists in Destiny.
Well, he's awesome.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he does great work.
Yeah. Xanda's got a question for you.
What's that?
How's school going?
I'm having to do some supplemental reading. So I have one professor who her class is basically a review of most everything I had in my undergrad, and I have one professor who prescribes a lot to read, like so much that it's very difficult to keep up with. And in the professor's class that assigns so much, I'm now having to read some supplemental resources because there are concepts in there that, well, they're Catholic concepts and I'm a Protestant. So I have to do a little extra reading.
We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do. Well, I got a whole bunch of cards to sort.
And even as much time as I spent around my aunt and uncle who were Catholic, some of this stuff did not exactly come up in conversation. So. Did you get anything good?
I got a lot of really good death triangles.
Okay.
I think I have 5 copies of the Executor and 4 copies of the Annihilator, so I'm pretty happy with that.
You would be.
Hell yeah. Pretty happy with that. So yeah, we got lots of good death triangles.
I am doing a program in John Paul II studies. I ended up, as part of my undergrad, I had to do a leadership analysis, and he was the one that I ended up doing my leadership analysis on. So I ended up learning a lot more about his role in bringing down communism, or at least bringing down the Soviet Union. I won't say he brought down communism.
I'm afraid not.
No, I'm afraid not.
I'm afraid not.
So, yeah. So now I'm kind of expanding that, studying a little bit more about his worldview, his philosophical underpinnings, his spiritual underpinnings, and seeing where that can be applied to political policy.
Oh, yes.
And where it has been applied in political policy in the past. I'm a politics nerd 7, so yeah, I think it is.
Yep, it's weird living in my house. Imagine the last 8 years of life in my house. Wow. It has been a roller coaster and a half.
Yeah, my degree is in politics, which I guess technically is a political philosophy degree, because we studied more about how and why governments form, what the philosophical foundations of them are, looking at rational versus reasonable, that sort of thing, rather than how to go and get somebody elected.
Yeah, it's not political science. Don't mistake those.
Yeah.
She gets a little twitchy about that.
Yeah. Non parlez-vous français. Oh no, it's fine. No, I get it. Because most programs at most schools are political
science. Yeah.
I just happened to go to another Catholic school undergrad, and the underpinnings of their... I was looking at national security policy and international relations, and they allowed me to fine-tune my degree to those specifics. And so it was the political philosophy, and then my advisor and one of my main professors actually worked intelligence during the Reagan administration. So he had a lot of good insight on national security policy and international relations. Sometimes what not to do, but sometimes what to do. But of course, now that we're not living in Washington, D.C., it's a whole different ballgame.
I don't miss DC at all.
I only miss it because it was easier to find a job.
I don't miss DC.
But
DC was... I've tried to explain to people over the years...
It's a bubble.
Exactly.
It's such a bubble.
I've tried to explain to people over the years, like, trying to explain to them what a bubble living along the Beltway really is. You literally... I don't think you can explain it. I think you can only experience it.
Yeah.
I really think you can only experience it. And having experienced it, I 100% understand... I don't agree with, but I understand how these elected representatives get so blinded and so far, head up their ass, because I was there. Like, I've been there. I know what it's like to be there, and it's so completely disconnected from the rest of the country. It's mind-blowing.
Well, because national politics are local politics
Right.
there.
Exactly.
And so when you're watching the news and everything else, the focus is always on the national level. So you don't, I mean, you hear about things that go on
Yeah, they're just
outside, back home, that sort of thing. But it doesn't always make the 6 o'clock news.
yeah.
I can't read which name that is.
That was a Bosk. Who?
In blue.
I can't make it. Oh, that's Black Duke.
Oh, hi, Black Duke. Sorry, I couldn't read the
Yeah,
name.
the dark blue's hard to read on those restream windows. I apologize. I struggle with it too. Sometimes I just don't say their name. I'm just like, oh yeah, totally. I don't know what he said. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, Ottawa's I would imagine, is very similar.
I would expect Ottawa to be the same, honest. I would expect every national capital to be that way to some extent.
Yeah.
I would venture a guess. I don't know if this is accurate. I've never lived there. I would venture a guess that London is a little different, just because London is the center.
is its own.
Well, London is the center of power in the United Kingdom, right? But it's the business of government is not the only thing that goes on in London. In Ottawa and in Washington, there is literally nothing else, right? But in London, there's finance and trading and shipping and, like, you know, there's a lot of things that go on in London that don't have anything to do with Parliament. And DC and Ottawa, in my opinion, can't necessarily make the same claim.
I think any large city ends up being a bubble to some degree.
Reasonable.
Yes, Black Duke, we need to get to Berlin someday. But
I do, actually. No, we do. I want to go. There's so much I want to see in Berlin. It's not crazy. It's not funny. There's a lot. There's a lot I want to see in
among
Berlin.
other things.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot to see.
Yeah, exactly, Delta. Precisely. They're literally dedicated administrative capitals.
Yep.
And I think that gives them a very different vibe. A very different
Washington, D.C.,
thing.
after 6 p.m., there is nothing.
Whole place closes. Whole town closes.
There's hardly anything. Sam and Harry's is open. Morton's is open.
Some of the restaurants are open, but even they close at like 9 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Right? Like whatever. It's the whole place it's a commuter town. If you live in Northwest and possibly even Northeast, there are some places out by by Union Station that stay open.
Well, in the ballpark and all of that stuff.
But like in general, the whole bloody town rolls up the sidewalks and goes home. It's legitimately crazy.
I'm on board with that, Black Duke.
Ooh, love it. Oh yeah, I'm in. Let's go.
But I have to go to Poland first, I think.
So she claims.
Well, if I switch to the master's program,
You'll have the opportunity to go. You don't have to go.
I don't have to go, but it's easier to do my project if I go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've got a third vulture droid. I gotta go dig it up. I think it's in this pile. Yep. 4 hyperfoils vulture droids. Have to find somebody who needs those.
So
What's up, DJ? Different DJ.
yes, I was fixing to say that's
No,
not our
different
that's
DJ.
Not our usual DJ.
That's not our usual DJ, but that's the DJ who did announcing duties with me in Mobile. So I made a new friend, and that was really, really awesome. Whatever. I'll finish sorting this mess in a minute. Not too bad. Not too bad, kids.
What you drinking tonight?
Just a small batch. You want a sip?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
My mouth is still dry from. I did melt, and I haven't had enough to drink afterwards.
Oh, now I got a whole bunch of crap to sort through.
First world problems, dear.
Well, Terp, it's not just, you say the 930, it's, yeah, I mean, Southwest was not pretty. Southwest was honestly, and Southeast were terrible.
Yeah.
When we moved there in 2001, like there were still parts of Southeast you just didn't go to.
No.
The ballpark and the Navy Yard revitalization made a big change for Southeast. And Southwest to a lesser extent, because the ballpark is technically in Southeast, but because it's right there on the line between southeast and southwest, some of the gentrification spilled into
Spills
southwest,
over, yeah.
spills over. And that area around the Marine Barracks at 8th and I was already along the way to cleaning itself up.
Yeah, but nobody other than the Marines actually ventured out a whole lot.
Well, that's true. But but again, because we moved, when I first got to DC in 2001, I worked as a NAVSEA contractor. At the time, NAVSEA is, for those of you that don't know, NAVSEA is Naval Sea Systems Command, which is essentially the engineering arm of the United States Navy. For many, many years, they and BU ships designed ships and would just get yards to build them. Over the years, the Navy, like all the major oil companies, farmed out all of their engineering services. So now they just act as in an administrative capacity while various contractors do the actual design work. And the Navy just looks over their shoulder and goes, yeah, that's good. That's what I want. Okay. So I worked for a contractor who worked for NAVSEA. When I got there, NAVSEA was based not in Washington, but in Crystal City, just across the river, just across the Potomac, between the Pentagon and Reagan Airport is Crystal City. It's north of Alexandria, just up the river. And that's where Sea Systems Command was based. But in the summer of 2001, Sea Systems Command moved back into the old gun factory building in the Washington Navy Yard. They went in and they turned the gun manufacturing warehouse into a giant office space. Cubicles and floors. It was actually really nice when they got done with it. So NAVSEA went into that building. Well, then all the contractors that report to these guys, we're now 5 miles away across the river, and everybody picked up roots and the whole office moved across the river in November of 2001. By the way, it was a really weird time to live in DC. But anyway, so at that point, commuting into the Navy Yard was a very interesting experience because that was not a very nice part of town. But by the time we moved away, the Nationals had moved in and they had already selected the baseball stadium. Yes, the Patent and Trademark Office is still in Crystal City. I used to have lunch in the little green space courtyards outside those goofy C-shaped buildings that the Patent and Trademark Office is in because of where my office was in Crystal City. We were right directly across the street from one. Anyways, but by the time we moved out of DC, the Nationals were there. They'd started construction on the ballpark. All of Southeast was changing and like coming up in the world, right? And it was really quite nice. We used to go to lunch when I worked down there. There was a really, really good Irish pub not far from the Marine Barracks that we would go to in that part of town for lunch on occasion.
I wrote about it in some
So,
fanfics.
Vader Yellow, DJ? I would have figured, why yellow? Vader Yellow. That's weird.
Well, that's the thing. They didn't pick fights with the Marines.
Nobody picks fight with them.
Nobody.
What kind of idiot goes and picks a fight with a Marine?
So there's a scene.
Another Marine. I mean, obviously, but come on.
Do you remember in the Jack Ryan books, they actually house him at the Marine Barracks at 8th and I because they know that nobody's going with him?
That's executive orders.
That's an EO, yeah.
That's executive. No, Bear and Dragon.
Baron Dragon.
Baron Dragon.
No.
It's Bear and Dragon.
Is it Bear and
No,
Dragon?
not Bear and Dragon.
It is EO.
No,
because
it's
he's
Dead of Honor. The end of Dead of Honor.
Yes.
When they blow up the Capitol building at the end of Dead of Honor, they take him to the Marine Barracks at 8th and I.
And then he actually says something about it, and his Secret Service people are like, "Crap! Now we got to move him."
Yeah. Yeah.
Poor Jack.
Poor Jack. He does okay.
Yeah.
He does okay for himself. Yeah. A lot of good people. A lot of good folks around. Thanks for joining me tonight, guys. This was fun. I can get you a mic, by the way, if you want to just sit and hang out for a while.
Depends on what you're gonna do.
I don't really know. Truth be told, I got kind of the foils, hyperfoils, and hyperspace stuff sorted.
Yeah.
And now what I really need to do is start filling up the binder. I could do that and just sit here and chat too. My set binder's down here, right? Not that one. This one. Right? So I could just start filling up the set binder and just sit here and keep chatting with folks. It'd be real easy to do.
Yeah.
I don't need any of these.
I sat out on the patio this evening.
Oh, it was a gorgeous day.
Oh, it was amazing. I'm surprised that half my face isn't sunburned, but.
So Duke, if you missed a space unit. If you're interested, let me know. I can send you a link to a video that you can watch that would teach it to you. I could also probably take about 5 minutes here and cover the basics for you. Hang on a minute. I'm just looking to make sure. That's a foil. That's a hyperfoil. Looking to make sure I didn't miss any space units in my my hyperspace pile here, because I just found one I missed. Trying to make sure I didn't miss any other ones. Should all be ground units, events, bases, other mess, other stuffs. Other stuffs. The basics of the game are actually quite easy. Please do both. Okay, so here's what I'll do, Duke. Let me... I'll send you the link later. I'm not going to take time to do it right this second. Let me grab a couple of cards here, and I will walk you through the basics. Dun, 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 dun. I got to find a base. I got bases in here. Come on. There we go. Good enough. Okay. And then while we're here, let's grab another leader so we've got something else to show. There's a Luke. I need a blue, how about a blue base? Let me find a blue base. There we go. Perfect. Okay.
You know it's bad when Happa uses that one.
That's a good one. You're looking for, Xanda, do a search on YouTube for, the guy you're looking for is, the channel is called Watch It Played. The gentleman who owns that channel, his name is Rodney Smith. Rodney has a how to play video on Unlimited that should be almost exactly a year old. It is a fairly long video. If you watch the whole thing, it's about, I think it's about 40 minutes long. Part of that is because Rodney, as one of his assets, is he's very deliberate and very precise and very clear about how he gives instructions. He tries to answer a lot of questions along the way. What that means is that to pick up the basics, you probably don't need the whole video, and I'm gonna try and give you the basics here real quick. Let me move these out to where you can actually see them. Clear some of this other mess out of the way. Okay, so let's talk basics. In a game of Unlimited, you build a deck that is headed by a leader and a base. Your deck is 50 cards minimum, 50 cards at the minimum. You can have a larger deck. You can go 150 cards if you want, but it has to be at least 50, okay? Your leader and your base have what they call aspect icons. That's the colors, okay? This yellow here is cunning, red is aggression, green is command, and blue is vigilance. There are two more aspects in the game. This black here is villainy, and this white here is heroism. So generally, when you find Imperials, they have villainy on them, and you find rebels, and they have heroism on them. That's very typical, okay? So those colors, blue, green, red, yellow, white, and black, are the 6 aspect colors in a game of Unlimited. It hasn't, Cab, but I'm game. If there's something you're looking for, ping me on Discord and let's talk. We'll figure something out, okay? So when you build a deck, you choose a leader and a base. Your base, in the top left, has a number on it. This is your base's health. The way you win the game is you deal enough damage to your opponent's base that equals this health number. When you have dealt 30, when my opponent, if I'm playing Luke Yellow, when he deals damage to me that equals 30, I lose. If I deal damage to his base that equals whatever his number is as long as I still have health left, I win, right? It's that simple. Simple game, okay? When you build a deck in Unlimited, you are allowed to use any cards. There is nothing that is off limits to you. Here's where the penalties come in, right? Okay. If you are playing, let's just say you're playing Hero Yellow, okay? When you go to play a card, okay, I'm looking at the 2 aspect icons underneath it. This one, for example, is red and hero. That tells me that this card would cost 1. And because this card matches 2 of the aspect icons that I already show with my leader and my base, I pay exactly this cost. However, I could absolutely legally play this card. It happens to be blue. Okay? There's no rule that says I can't play this card. However, I have to pay extra for it because I don't have a vigilance aspect showing on my leader or base. For every aspect icon the card requires that you don't have, you pay 2 extra resources. Okay, so they cost, it's more expensive to play things out of aspect. It's not illegal, it's just expensive. Let me find an extreme example. Okay, here's an extreme example. Okay, so this card is in blue villain, vigilance villainy. I have none of those. This card would cost me 4 more resources than the printed cost of 3. It would cost me 7 resources to play this card. Okay, so that's why the aspect system matters. It encourages you, to focus your deck on certain colors, but it does not forbid you from playing other colors. There are only a handful of card types in the game. Okay, the first 2 we've talked about, leaders and bases. Nice and simple. Your leader and your base start in play. Okay, the other types of cards you're going to find are events. It actually says event right here next to the cost. Units, and units come in 2 flavors. I have ground units, this white bar here, or I have space units. This little black bar here in the top right says space in it. There's also upgrades right here. So an event plays out of your hand, has some kind of effect, goes away to your discard pile. A unit, you play onto the board, it sits on the board, it has health and HP value, right? An attack and health value, and some other game text, right? And then an upgrade attaches to a unit. Sometimes it'll have restrictions. You have to play them on a certain kind of unit. For example, this one says I have to attach it to a vehicle. Both of these guys have got little traits here in the card that say vehicle. So I could attach this card to either one of them, and it makes the card a little beefier. 2 extra attack, 2 extra health, that kind of thing. Okay. Leaders also are a little special because they have the ability once per game to enter the board. They have this epic action text down here that says once you control X number of resources, they're all a little different, you can deploy the leader. And his backside is a ground, they're almost always ground units. Okay, so you deploy your leader and he has some cool game text and he has an attack and a health value just like every other regular ground unit in your deck. When he dies, he simply comes back to the leader area and he doesn't go away forever. You don't lose him for good. So over the course of the game, you're going to draw cards. You're going to play some of them as resources. When a game starts, you draw 6 cards. Let me pull back to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just for sake of it. I have my 6 cards in hand. I choose 2 of them, any 2, and I place them face down in front of me. And these are my starting resources. Okay? So my first turn would start like this. I have a base, a leader, and 2 resources, and 4 cards. 4 cards in my hand. And from there, I try to play cards out of my hand and deal damage to my opponent's base and win the game. It's that simple. That's and then all the cards have different game text and different interactions and different ways they work. But overall, that's the basics, right? That's the short version of how Unlimited works. The beauty of any good game is that it's simple. The mechanics, the underpinning mechanics of Unlimited are fairly simple. What makes it fun, let me back this up. What makes it much more interesting than many of the other tabletop card games that trading card games that I've played is it's like a chess game. The original collectible card game, trading card game was Magic the Gathering, right? Back in like 1993. That's when the genre was invented. In Magic, it's one player's turn. He draws a card, he takes all of these things, he does all of his stuff, then he says, I'm done, and the opponent takes a turn. That's not how a round of Unlimited works. Unlimited works like a chess game. One player on each turn, one player goes first. I take an action, I do something. I play a card, I attack with a unit, I deploy a unit, whatever. I take an action, you take an action. I take an action. You take it. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. What makes the game interesting is that interaction between players, because sometimes you can see very clearly what your opponent is about to do. Do you have a way to stop it? Can you answer him? I don't know. Can you? That's up to your deck. That's up to where you're at. When I stream tournament play, one of the things that makes tournament play in this game so interesting to watch is it's a little bit like watching that, like a boxing match. One guy gets a punch, the next guy gets to punch, then I get to punch, then you get to punch. And that back and forth of playing cards and taking actions is the meat and potatoes of why the game is interesting. I can hand somebody a world championship deck, but if they don't understand not just the base mechanics of the game, but like that back and forth and what actions are important in what order and why you do things a certain way, it's irrelevant, right? So it's a lot of fun. I love that back and forth, I throw a haymaker, here's a roundhouse, here's an uppercut. That's what makes the game very, 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 very good. And very, I won't say superior, but I'll say very, very enjoyable to watch and play and just enjoy. Let's sort these for a little bit while we sit here and chat. Sort these by color at least, and then I can down sort them from there into other things. So yeah, hopefully that helps a little bit. Sad that was kind of the short explanation. Didn't feel all that short now that I'm on the backside of it. Red, yellow, blue. Well, the nice thing is that I've got a nice, decent kind of head start on all of the goofy hyperspace space units I'm going to need, because I'm a nerd and I collect these. I collect these specific units. With luck, it won't cost me too many arms and legs to finish filling out the binder with all the stuff that I need. Is there a difference between what you binder and what you place into a deck? Not at all. Not at all, Cab. Not at all. They're all the same cards, right? So this is my set binder for this particular set, right? Let me try and move it up here so you can get it nice and centered in camera, right? And the cards are numbered, so putting them in order is very, 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 very easy, right? So you start with leaders, bases, blue cards always come up first, so it's always blue villain, then blue hero, then just general blue cards, then green villain, green hero, general green, red villain, red hero, general red, yellow villain, yellow hero, general yellow, then villain, hero, and these gray ones are neutral. And at the back, I just put, there's all kinds of promo cards and alternate art stuff, and I just stuff that in the back of any one of these binders. So that's kind of the thing. Now, what I do is, so for example, let me pull these out of the way and we'll look at it here. I collect hyperspace space units. It's why I've pulled all these aside into their own little piles. I collect a play set. A play set of cards is 3. You can never play more than three of any one card in your deck unless otherwise specifically permitted to do so. There is now one card in the game that says you can have 15 of them in your deck, 15 copies of that card in your deck. It is a little unusual that way. That is not normal, man. I'm trying to put this in here where the camera can pick it up nice and clean. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll organize these a little bit. Try to set them up so, let's see. A couple of Banshees. There's a gold leader. A couple of CR90s. Okay, so 3, 5, 6. That's villain, villain, villain. Then Dakar. This is a 4. And then gold leader goes here. So now what I'll do is I'll come through. I'll always put a regular plain copy in my binder, and then I'll take the hyperspace one and just slip it behind, so that when I come back through later and want to pull hyperspace versions out, they're already right there and handy and ready to go for me to build decks with. Just like that. Is there even a single card that was worth having 15 in a deck? So the one card they've done that for now is this goofy hyperfoil thing we were looking at earlier. Let me move it down here so you can see it. This is the Swarming Vulture Droid, right? This is from, I don't know, episode 2 or 3, right? The little vulture fighters that fly around. Actually, you kind of see these in episode 1 too, I think. Literally, it's a dirt cheap, low health, low power vehicle, low power starfighter, right? But for every one you have on the board, they all collectively get beefier. They all collectively get stronger. So if you can get 3 or 4 or 5 of them to stick, they start to hit like trains. They have very low health though, so they're very easy to kill, but it literally says you can have 15 copies of the card in your deck, which means that it has the potential to be quite impactful if you can get several of them on the board at once. But it ain't always that easy, kids. It ain't always that easy. All right, let's see here. Scout, Adept, Resupply, Kajimi. I've got another Kajimi in here, I thought. Yeah, 2 Kajimis. And then I've got another... No, okay, so then... Phoenix, Resistance Blue, Resistance Red, Ratus. There we go. 2 Kajimi Patrollers. Nope, I need the hero ones next. There we go. Phoenix. Blue Leader. Look at the art on that Blue Leader. Look at the art on that card. That's just the plain, regular old hyperspace card. It's a swarming tactic. 100% correct, Cab. That's all it is. It's just a big swarm tactic. Resistance Blue should go here. I'm pretty confident. I'll move it around later if I gotta move it. Okay, Hyperspace Ratus. Scouting Headhunter. Escort Whatchamahoosit. There's my Hyperspace Adept. And a Resupply Carrier. Red. So you were asking about this general, I think. Who was this? Who was that? I can't make out. Was that Black Duke? No. I'm gonna have to change over. Figure it out. I need Twitch chat, not Restream chat. Restream chat is impossible to read sometimes. Hold on. Give me a moment. Somebody was asking about the red general. General Hux. He's kind of a jerk. Yes, I know I'm live, Twitch. Thank you for telling me something I already know. You're so helpful. Come on, chat. Figure it out. Oh, 7 resubs. I missed it. Thank you, sir. NBD was asking about this. So if this is who you're talking about, NBD, Hux is in all 3 of the sequel films. He has I won't say it's not a very big part because it's not, but he has a part in those movies. Come back over to OBS, please. There we go. Yeah, I don't have notices set up over here, so that's my fault for missing that. Sorry about that. All right, crack shot. Oh, there we go. Got a set of those. Supporting 3, 4, 4, 6. There we go. Okay, so one of these losers. One of these losers. Black 1. And then red 5. And then 2, 3 of these guys. One of these. One of these. 2 aggressors. And one of these. Oh, Hammerhead's in the wrong place. That's actually a hero card. Such a pretty card, too. There we go. All right, yellow. Two fireballs. That's nice. Let's see. 2 blade squadrons. Black Squadron, Contracted Jumpmaster, Siberian, and then, yeah, there we go. Everything else just sort of fell into the right place. Siberian, Jumpmaster, Double Fireball, Double Blade, Black Squadron. Pull you out, put you in with the rest. Republic Y-Wing, Death Space Loser, and my third Razor Crest, which feels nice. All right, we got one Bomber, one Dagger, one Rogue, and two Quasars. And then over here, I have two Tantives, which gives me a play set there. One Resistance X-Wing and one Light Cruiser. Then, last but not least, some Vulture Droids. And I'm not doing anything with you. There we go. Ta-da! So yeah, I've got a lot of work to do. One of the pitfalls, let's say, of gaming like this is, you know, if you're gonna have a collection, you've got to be willing to put in the time to maintain it and organize things. So when you go to build decks, you actually are not like having to search the whole world to find what you're after. So that's the next step in all this process for me. You know what I am going to do real quick? Let me see if I can show you guys this, because this is really cool about the Prestige cards. Let me see if I have... There are 36 of them, so I'm going to need a few pages back here. Let me see if I can show this off.
Excuse me a moment, I'm going to use the ice maker.
Oh, fine, I suppose.
I'm just warning you.
Okay. Let me pull the Prestige cards out again real quick. There's a couple of these. FFG did something really, really awesome with the art on these cards. So give me a moment, and I'm going to show it off if I have the cards to do it. I have a couple, it looks like. Yeah, I don't have all the ones I would like, but I have enough. I have some of them. So, let me move this aside for a moment. Some of the art pieces they used for these cards all go together. For example, there's a card here in the middle that I don't have. This is the Prestige Gold, they call it Gold Leader. It's the Millennium Falcon at the Battle of Endor. So this is the Battle of Endor. You have Home 1, the Gold Leader Falcon goes here, and Red Leader. It's all one piece of art, and they've broken into 3 separate cards. That's the one I have that's incomplete. The 2 that I have that are complete...
Ghost and...
I got Phantom. I did not get Ghost, but I can get a Ghost somewhere. I'm not worried about it.
Good, because I want those.
Actually, I want to get some to frame and put in here, truth be told.
That'd be fine.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Devastator. I know I got a Tantive. There we go. Let's do this. Get the foil Devastator. And then, I know I got a red 5. There it is. Ooh, they're even foily. Ha! So, you also have, from the very, very first movie, okay, you have the Death Star Trench Run, you have Vader's TIE, and Luke's X-Wing, okay, as separate cards, but the same piece of art. You can't tell here, but if you go pull the digital version of this art and you zoom way in, you can actually see these guys in their cockpits. That's the level of detail they've done. Also from the first film, from literally the very opening scroll, you have Tantive, Leia's Corvette, and Devastator, the Star Destroyer that's pursuing her in the very, very first film, 1977. So they've done these little diptych art pieces where they've taken one piece of art and broken it into separate cards. The other place that they do this, I don't have the other card that goes with it, unfortunately. But I can show you Phantom Deuce. If you've seen Rebels, you're familiar with the Phantom, the little shuttle they have that attaches to the Ghost. So the Ghost
Not yet.
is a legendary card in this, and that piece of art sits directly below this, right? Now, what I love about this card, right? Look at the color of the room that I'm in, and then look at the art on this card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a copy of this one and a copy of the Ghost, and I'm going to go get them framed somewhere, and we're going to hang them up in here. I don't know where. We'll find a spot, right? I got a wall over here that's nothing but Star Wars art. We're gonna find a way, but it's gonna look really good.
Yeah, my other Hera artwork is in the sewing room.
Yeah. My
Hera Kanan stuff.
Yep. So there's a lot of really cool. There's a lot of really cool things they've done with the art in this set that I look forward to taking advantage of because it came out really nice. They did beautiful work. Okay, I'm gonna get all of the foily ones out of here because I don't want a set of foily ones. I just want a set of plain ones.
And I don't play yet because I haven't had time.
She hasn't had the time to learn yet, but she will. I'm not fussed. There will come a time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trade that one. I think I already have one of these. I'll double check the binder.
Oh no, I play TCGs.
Oh, for sure. She plays B5 with us. 100%.
Played B5. I played Star Wars. I played Star Trek even.
You did play a little bit of Trek. I'd forgotten about that.
Yep. I played more Trek than I did Star Wars.
You did. Star Wars was not
Star Wars got really complicated.
Star Wars was a very complicated game. I do not blame you for kind of dipping out on that one. If I'm 100% honest, you didn't miss much.
Well, so I tried to get in right before they introduced the side decks. And then once they introduced the side decks, I was kind of like, yes.
The side decks was a very odd mechanic,
Yes.
too, in that game. It was very awkward, to put it lightly.
Yeah, so I was kind of like, yeah, forget it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, man. They aren't even numbered right. The foil ones have different numbers than the regular ones. That's going to mess me up. Ugh. Okay, hold on. I have to come back. I got to make a change. I've been programming the Stream Deck. Oh, I can see this thing starting to struggle now. I'm starting
Yes.
to. It's starting to lag on me.
Yeah, Decipher Star Wars.
Yeah, the old Decipher game. Right. Let me pull this up real fast. I can hear the video card straining back there to transcode things.
Yeah, she's running.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over to Hue. There we go. Just so I can look at some things.
Yeah, she's stuttering a little now.
Yeah, I know.
Doing that earlier.
I know. I think either the board or the video card is. Yeah, Xanda, this is the same. One of the reasons I'm streaming it here tonight was because I wanted to put this thing through its paces. I'm at what? We're coming up on 3. We're coming up on So we're 2.5 hours. So we're starting to see. I wanted to stress test the thing a little bit, and we're starting to kind of get a sense of it, right? Starting to see the stress. That's a good way to put it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. So 5. Phantom, Ghost, Gold Leader, Silver Angel. I don't even know what that card is. Some of these cards is like, what the hell even is that? Victor Leader, Invisible. Oh, I have a Corvus. Banshee Corvus. Corvus goes here. Victor Leader, Invisible Hand, Executor. Yes, I have Executor. Come to me.
Invisible Hand?
Yeah, Invisible Hand.
Ooh.
That's one of the. It's Dooku's flagship, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, then we go to Blue Leader, Red Leader, Radis and Starhawk. No green plane. Then we come to Von Reg's Interceptor, IG, and Devastator. I do have a complete set of.
I did
Villain
also.
Red.
I played the Lord of the Rings TCG.
You did actually. You did. I'd forgotten about that. I've none of the hero. 1, 2, 3.
I enjoyed that.
Yep, that was a great game.
Well, we had a good community.
We had an amazing community. 1, 2,
Miss
3,
that
4. This should be Fireball.
They made living in DC fun.
Fireball. Tidarium.
It's an older code, Chuck.
Home
but it
1.
checks out.
Yeah, I know, right? Then yellow is Razor Crest, Radiant. Then Falcon, Sabine, Tantive. There we go. Okay, so now they're all at least in the binder. And I've got some stuffs to trade.
Yeah, it's a shame we don't have a woodshed.
A woodshed?
And it's time to take the misbehaving hardware out behind the woodshed.
Well, I mean, I would prefer not to, but yeah, okay. I hear what you're saying. Green villain, Victor leader.
I mean, we're at a point now where he needs to get that crap figured out.
Well, remember, that's not going with me to Denver. I'm building a whole new machine.
I know. I'm saying it. Crap has to get figured out.
Well, yes, it does.
Did you even get an answer from the Denver guys?
Not yet. I pinged them again today. They were all in Charlotte last weekend. They had a big event to run. So, fine. No big deal. I get it. I'm with you. That's spare. That's spare. Red 5. I need to find a hole 4. Black 1. Red 5.
Okay, these tiny peanuts.
Tiny peanuts?
The
Oh, you're eating more. You're finishing off the last of the roasted peanuts. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. So, let me... So, what they've done here... Let me go back to the top-down view here so you guys can see it. That button. So, essentially, right, the prestige cards out of the Carbonite boxes are all like full-size alternate art. Some of them come in foil, and then, well, they all come in foil versions. They come in plain versions, foil versions, and then serialized versions. I just want a set of the plain ones because they're awesome, right? But I'm not really fussed about getting any of the fancy foiled stuff. Truth be told, I might try and trade some of that away. Although I will say the foil Victor Leader and Red 5 that match up, I might keep those. I might have a hard time parting with those. But I do have some here that I kind of don't really care about that I'll trade away. Although I should keep that Devastator because that is smexy. Oh, she's so sexy. And they are, I mean, they're legal to play, right? So if you're looking for legendary ships, bam. Nailed it. That one. Nope. Hang on a minute. Forget it. I'm going to cheat and put the stream deck back where it was. There we go. All right, guys. Well, it's been 2.5 hours or so. I think I've hit my limit for being on camera tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me. This has been fun. Next week, we're going to try and get some games back in here. The Stream Deck is more or less programmed with everything I need for to get back to live gameplays in here. So I'm going to start getting on that next week. Working on some other things on the unlimited side of the house. So if you're enjoying this, well, we're going to be doing more of it. JTL has really opened up a lot of different leaders, I think. The meta is still going to be, there's going to be a lot of Django, a lot of Han, and a lot of Sabine, because those are not going away. They're all good decks still. And truth be told, Han and Django both got a little stronger, and Sabine probably didn't really move. But the bottom line is there's a lot going on, and some of these new leaders, I think, have got a lot of promise. And so, yeah, it should be good times. I'm going to have fun with it. But yeah, keep an eye out. Next Monday night, I'll be probably streaming in here with somebody. I'm going to try and get Ian or Trey to come back in. We'll sit down here and throw some cards around on the table and have a good time. In the meantime, guys, I actually, sitting here, I need to make a small change, I'm realizing, to my outro screen, which, or did I fix it already? Oh, good, I fixed it already. Ah, look at that. Fancy. Let's see who I can raid over on Twitch. I think it's Monday night. I think Bonds should be around by now. Let's see. That would be a good raid. Yes, excellent. We're going to do some of that. We're 100% going to do some of that. So, guys, if you're over on Twitch, we're going to be doing a raid over to Bonzinator. Make sure I spelled it right. Yep, that looks correct. Did that work? I can't even tell if it worked. Thanks, Twitch. And it didn't work. Awesome. All right, hold on. I'll do it from here. There it is. Okay, Twitch raid is up. Everybody else, thanks for hanging out with me, and keep your eyes peeled. I should be back doing some more Unlimited, same time next week. In the meantime, you guys take care. I will see y'all later. Peace.